Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Deckin Around. My name is Tyler.
I'm Steve.
And today we are so excited to have Gali Novak on the show. For anyone who isn't familiar, Gali is an amazing magician from Australia. She's traveled the world not only performing magic, but just as kind of a vlogger as well. She has a really cool YouTube channel, which if you don't know about, you should definitely check out, and we will link it down in the description below. But Steve, you excited about this one, man?
I am, man. We've been talking to Gali for a while, waiting.
Yeah.
Stupid me kind of...
Always overzealous with the booking.
I book a little ahead of time, so yeah, I'm excited. We're finally here, and yeah, let's do it.
It's gonna be fun, man. But before we jump into it, guys, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel, and we're gonna take a quick word from our sponsor here.
Join us as we celebrate the marvelous and fascinating things that surround us, all in the palm of your hands. You will be mesmerized. Follow us on Instagram at Marvelous Decks and at marvelousdecks.com.
Epic! Don't forget to ring the bell.
It's weird not hearing your voice, man. Yeah,
Keller, I can't hear my voice. What's the matter here? No.
Steve is a phenomenal voiceover actor, Keller. You should definitely get him making these in, for us in the future.
That cool though. I don't.
It shimmers.
I guess I can figure something out.
That was yeah, not on the level there. But you know what? I appreciate the effort, Steve. But everyone,
look who's here. Mr. Jackson is here.
Well, what's up, Jackson? That was epic, wasn't it?
Everybody, Jackson is here, so you better like the video. Otherwise, you will feel the wrath of Jackson.
There you go. But without further ado, let's bring in Gali. What's up, Gali?
What's up?
Gali,
Thank you
what's
guys
up,
for
yo?
having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Thank you for being here. We're pumped for you to be here as well. I mean, honestly, like Steve said, I know it's been a while since we reached out to have you on the show, and your name came up on the calendar for next week, and I was like, yes, we get to reach out, we get to talk to her about, magic, the world, everything, and it's gonna be a fun episode here.
You get to talk about food.
We get to talk about food. I definitely feel like we're gonna come up to food real quick, but before we even jump into that, for anyone out there who isn't familiar with, you and your kind of role in the magic community, why don't you tell a little bit about your background with that?
Yeah, so I got into magic so I'm nearly 21 now. I got into magic when I was 12, and I probably, I didn't really start getting serious about performing or making it a career till probably a few years ago. But I started traveling for it when I was 13. I went to Tannen's magic camp as a kid.
Thank you so much, Mark. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark.
Yay.
We love you, Mark.
Yeah, so I started traveling to Tannen's magic camp when I was 13, and I went there for a few years, which I think really got me started on the whole travel bug thing, and also just getting to meet so many magicians,
Nice.
Which I owe so many connections and things that I've done to people I met over there. So yeah, that really got me started on a lot of things. And I typically do close-up walk around magic here. Pre-COVID, I was doing lots of bars and restaurants, stuff like that. But yeah,
that's the fun magic, right? Where you're really interacting with people, and I mean, obviously most magic you do, you kind of call people on stage and stuff. But when you're walking around, little lower.
For sure, I love it.
This is the one that's gonna. You're gonna have to deal with it. This is the one that keeps vibrating up and down,
That's good. That's good.
I didn't even touch it.
And now, just walking around. Having interaction with people closely is
yeah, no, absolutely.
I wonder if there's a way that I can put a limiter on that volume level there, so if it hits the limiter, it automatically kind of just cuts. I think I can manage that another time, but so you mentioned though that you had done a lot of in which I agree with Steve. I think the walk around magic, that kind of more, maybe not impromptu for you, but impromptu for the spectator, is a lot of fun. I always love seeing people's reactions when they're sitting there in the park eating lunch, not expecting magic to happen, and someone comes up, they're like, hey, can I show you a magic trick? That's always fun and exciting because it's unexpected. And obviously,
I'm going to interrupt you right now. My mom just came on. I have to say hi, Mom. Mom, how you doing?
Janice.
Welcome to the show, Mom. Okay.
It's always nice to see your mom coming in live, dude. I love that she's logged in.
I had to stop the show. Gali, we love you, but my mom is my mom. So.
No, I totally understand.
It's so good. But so, obviously you mentioned a lot of what you were doing was that walk around kind of impromptu close-up magic. So the pandemic must have had a pretty significant impact on that. How have you kind of transitioned with that?
For sure. I mean, I was traveling right before the pandemic hit. Like I was in Blackpool. I came home from Blackpool and I kind of had so many plans to go back to performing at venues, and everything just kind of shut down. So I think I spent a lot of time refining a lot of the routines I already do. I think it's easy as someone who does walk around magic to get really comfortable to know that your routines work. They might not be super, super polished, but you can get away with it. So you kind of get comfortable and you don't always take the time to refine it. So definitely just took the time to kind of fix up little things that I'd been meaning to fix up for a while. I didn't jump into the whole virtual thing really. I don't know, it wasn't really my thing. I have nothing against it. I think people are doing a great job with it, but I just wasn't super excited about it. I think one of my favorite parts of performing was just getting to meet different people, and for me just kind of lacked that a little bit. But
I could see that.
Yeah, but I took a little bit of a break for a little while as well, during the pandemic. But yeah, I've been reading more magic books. I haven't read so many books that I need to read. So I spent a lot of time just ordering some books and starting to read and learn more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get that?
Yeah, I got you.
Technical difficulties here while we're adjusting.
Difficulties, just yeah. It's this non-normalized music. I don't know what to tell you there.
Yeah, this station is so just all over the place.
Yeah, it really is all over the place, and it's honestly it's good music and it's stream friendly, so I never mind playing it. But yeah, it's sometimes it just drops off completely and it's a pain. But so
that's so good.
I think that's a good thing though, that you had the time to really step back and relax from performing and improve upon your skills there through reading and all that. So it's it's a nice kind of reprieve, I'm sure.
Yeah, it was good. I definitely now that things are opening up where I am, I'm really trying to get back out there, but it's still kind of difficult. It's still that in between where I feel venues and stuff don't want to jump right back in because it's just so unknown what's going to happen. But yeah, I think things are kind of starting to open up now, and hopefully should sort of get started soon, because I've reached the point now where I do really miss performing, and I've taken the time to refine things. I just want to go out there and try it and perform it. So yeah.
Yeah. Now, I mean, obviously being in Australia, things are a little different there than it is here. People kind of follow the rules there. They didn't, I mean, in California, they definitely haven't, but for the most part in the States, they're just, people don't like to follow directions, so you guys are pretty much back to normal,
pretty much. Yeah.
Nice.
That's cool.
And how's that been though? So, and again, I think back to normal is somewhat of a new normal. I mean, how are people with that close-up interaction? Are they really you go up to someone, if you were to go up to someone and be like, hey, you want to see a magic trick? Are they trying to stay 6 feet away from you? Does that kind of impact potentially when you start performing again?
Yeah, I haven't done enough of it since things have opened up to really have a good answer. I think some people would be pretty receptive to it, but I think there are definitely people still, very cautious. I think it depends. I think it depends on the demographic. I think younger people for sure probably aren't as nervous. But yeah, it depends. It's definitely things are open, but things still have somewhat limited capacity as well. So
are you guys wearing masks still?
Only in malls and supermarkets. That's pretty much indoors, not outdoors. I went to the tennis the other day, the Australian Open's on.
Yeah, I saw that.
And cool. While you're watching the game, they group the people who sit separately, so you actually don't have to wear a mask while you're watching it, which is pretty cool. Oh, wow. But
it looked pretty empty as well. I imagine the turnout was pretty. That's kind of crazy considering tennis is usually one of those that's packed all the time.
Well, yeah, I think it's technically nearly sold out. It's just they're not seating to capacity. Right. But yeah, it's a super different experience. So empty, for sure.
How was the response for the crowd? Were they cheering still? Did it feel just different all around? Yeah.
It felt good. People were super excited to be there. I think everyone just wants life to be back to the way it was. So any opportunity people get to do something fun or go to an event, I think people were just really excited to be there.
Nice. I'm
it
sure.
was a nice atmosphere. Yeah,
that's awesome though. And
better than seeing cardboard cutouts in the stands.
Yeah, I feel like that's that's just a weird one to me. Like, I still won't get over the fact that it's like, if you're not gonna have people there, like, that's fine. Just like pretending there's people there. I don't know how much. Maybe, I guess for the athlete's sake, but still strange.
Well, I don't know what bothered me the more. Like, what bothered me the most? The fact that they had them, or the fact that people bought some to put.
Wait, is this for the Super Bowl?
No,
for
like,
baseball. Yeah, baseball games.
Oh,
People
really?
were putting like cardboard cutouts in the stands. Yeah, and fans were purchasing them after the fact. So
to be like to sit next to their favorite celebrity, you had to buy them.
That's crazy.
it's great. It is
People
crazy.
just have more money than they know what to do with.
That's crazy.
Well, I think a lot of disposable income was on hold too during the whole pandemic, just because people couldn't go out and spend it. But you also mentioned that like a big thing for you was travel. You know,
for sure.
how that's clearly been impacted throughout the world, and obviously now that things are a little bit more back to normal in Australia, you could probably travel within the country to some extent, but you're still not able to really go abroad right now.
Yeah, like last year, well, no, in 2019 was like the year I did like the most travel. I wasn't home for more than like, I think like 6 weeks, like was like the longest I was home like throughout the year. So I was like pretty much gone for like the whole year. And then I was traveling, like, as I said, right before the pandemic. I was in Blackpool, and I actually, like, I don't know, I got to a point where I was like super spontaneous with my travel. So like right after Blackpool, I hadn't like booked anything, and I was like maybe planning to go to the US, or like maybe going to go home for a bit, and I hadn't really planned it. And so I was like, you know what, I'll go home for a bit, I'll like do some work, and then like I'll wait a couple months, and then I'll leave again. And then I came back, and then like, yeah, within like 2 weeks, everything shut down. So I had so many like plans last year. I mean, obviously to go to like conventions and stuff, which never ended up happening. But it's weird because I live obviously so far away from the rest of the world. But to me, I never felt like super far. Like I was always in my head, I was always like, if I wanted to get somewhere tomorrow, like I could. Like you can get anywhere in the world like the next day. Yeah. But like now I feel like I'm on a different planet. Like the way the world is here right now, it's like summer and things are open, and you see like what the rest of the world is going through, and it just feels so different. And because you can't even go there, it just feels so far away, and it's just so different.
Yeah, I mean,
it's definitely.
At least you live in a cool place.
Yeah, I was actually thinking the same thing too. I'm like, yeah, at least it's warm there right now. Yeah, listen, there's worse places to be stuck, but it's snowing very much right now. So, well, not right now, but today I woke up to another 3 inches on the ground. So
that's crazy. Yeah, no, actually, it's been a weird summer. Like, it hasn't been that hot. It's been like really up and down. Today's like not that warm here, but yeah, I'd probably take it over snow.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Yeah,
I would if I were you too.
Too warm is better than too cold. There are people who will argue that and say, well, at least with cold you can put on more layers, but nah, I'd rather be like too hot.
Anybody who says that hasn't lived in Boston.
I feel like
it's the long days. I like the long days. Like I don't like when it gets dark early. That's probably like my favorite part about summer is like so much daylight.
Yeah. That's why I've always like considered like living somewhere close to the equator where you basically have like consistent days, like 12-hour days all the time. So you don't have the longest days, but you also never have short days. So like sun up at 8, sun like rises at 8 and sets at 8. So like you have that consistency. But yeah, I don't know. Not my thing there. So with all of this going on though, and really feeling like you're kind of, I don't want to say stuck in Australia, but you know, not able to really travel as you'd like. Where's the first place you want to hit when you when things are back open?
It's a great question. I have like friends in like the US and Canada who I miss a lot, and that I just like I want to see. I want to like go back to a convention and like see people and just be in that atmosphere. So for like those reasons, probably the US. But my goal, I don't know. I've always had this goal to like reach to go to 25 countries by the time I'm 25. And so there's definitely like
have left?
6 more.
Oh,
6
nice.
more. So, yeah, there's definitely some like countries that I've never been to that I want to go to, like Iceland and Finland and like those kind of places.
The cold places.
Yeah.
But you know what you can do?
Places.
You can just go to like Southeast Asia, and I mean, or you can go to the UK. Well, you've probably already been to UK. Because everything over there is just so close. You can bounce around to the last 4 or 5 countries.
It's true. It's true. Yeah, Europe, everything's so close. But probably like first country, probably the US, just because like I just want to see people.
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels isolating, like being far away from them.
Yeah, I can only imagine. Well, like you said, you made so many connections when you were at Tannen's. Like a lot of those people were probably coming from closer locations to some extent, whether it be, you know, California to New York or things like that. So
yeah, and I've been to like, you know, I usually go to like Magic Live and like a couple of the big conventions. So just being in that atmosphere and like jamming with magicians and like just everyone in the right place at the same time is just, it's so much fun. I miss it.
We haven't been to a convention yet, so we are looking forward to.
Yeah,
we started all this craziness
3 weeks before they shut down everything in the U.S.
Yeah, and then everything got canceled. So hopefully, when things get started in the States, eventually, we'll be able to meet people in person. We only do this.
I think it'll be like whichever one you go to first will be such a good vibe because I think so many people are going to be like 20 times more excited to be there than normal. Yeah. That it's just going to be like such a nice atmosphere. Yeah, for sure. I think people really miss it. I think that's just like something like the atmosphere you just can't really get anywhere else.
Yeah. Or the fact or what's going to happen is so many people have been on social media and what's the best way to say this? I think a lot of people are talking too much on social media. So we're all going to go to this convention and there's going to be some salt in the air, because so many people just won't shut up,
Oh, okay.
It might be like
hopefully that will be squashed after the first day at a convention.
Yeah, hopefully, for sure.
Yeah, I think all the conventions probably need to add at least another day or two to their agenda for these upcoming ones, just because, like you said, there's going to be so much pent up social energy there. It's going to be
it's going to be overwhelming.
Yeah. I'm excited for it though, and I think as much as Steve and I haven't had the opportunity to go to one yet, I couldn't think of a better opportunity to go to one post COVID because it's going to be just crazy.
Absolutely, and it's kind of cool. You guys already have spoken to so many people that people already know you know people. That's awesome.
I mean, we keep telling most of our guests when, they come on, we're just like, hey, once we figure stuff out and the world opens up again, like we're going to try and put together something where we can all get together and like have a giant barbecue or something, like just to get together with people and have fun. Yeah, because like we spend so much time chatting with people on the show and pre-show and post-show. It's like at the end of it, you're like, oh, wow, like I'd love to hang out with this person. And then you're like, oh yeah, that's right. I can't really go anywhere right now. So rain check on that.
And what the funny thing is every time we're talking to somebody, we've just met so many cool people, but every time we're talking to somebody after, in the backstage area, Tyler's like, yeah, when things kind of settle down, we'll definitely have to come out to whatever, Australia, Canada, Singapore, like all these different places. I'm like, who the fuck's paying for this shit? Like, we don't have the money to go to all these places.
Hopefully, I'm just really hopeful. I'm projecting that by that time, Deckin Around will be able to pay for our travel.
Well, let's hope. That'd be awesome. That
would be awesome. But yeah, it might be a while. That's why I say, we'll have to come out after, but I don't specify a specific time. I'm not like, we'll be to Singapore in July. Like, nah. So we'll get there eventually. But
you have like a live tour. You like continue with the podcast, but then you like film them all live, like in the same room. With the guests,
honestly
like around the world.
That would be amazing. And like we've had one episode where we've done on scene, and it was with Dan Buck at the Art of Play showroom, like like 2 days before they shut it down. And A, logistically it was a nightmare, but B, it was still a blast. Like we had a really good time with it. I'd love to be able to do some more live shows, like out with people and all, just be actually sitting in a room having a fun conversation in person, because I don't want to say it changes the dynamic. I almost think if anything, it's a little more, maybe I don't want to say awkward, but it's a little more like nerve-wracking because you're in person and like, all right, you're literally sitting down to talk to someone you've probably never talked more than 10, 20 minutes to. So it's like a weird dynamic, but ultimately like it is just so much nicer to be in that proximity with people while you're having a conversation.
I can't wait to see who Tyler gets all like busted around.
I feel like I've gotten over most of my being flustered at this point. There
I
were
don't
like
know,
two.
man.
There were like
I don't think so.
I can't think of anyone else at this point who would like really. Yeah, no, it would be like if we got like David Blaine on the show. I'd be like a bumbling idiot the whole time. But I'd be like, all right, cool. But like,
it's just funny because Tyler's kind of like introverted and he's kind of shy a little bit. But
you feel like you're comfortable with people, yeah.
But I think in person, it's kind of, I just vision him having to be like meeting people all over again. It'd be cool. It'd be cool to see.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I haven't filmed one in ages, but I did a thing on my YouTube channel. I called it like 3-Minute Thursdays, where I'd essentially just like sit with a magician and they pretty much just say like 3 minutes of advice that they'd give to magicians. Like if they're to sum up like the most important thing in 3 minutes, like what would it be? Nice. And like my goal for that was to like get people from like all around the world or like different cities and then like ask them like what makes magic unique, like where you are versus like somewhere else in the world. And it's hard. Like I have like a list of like so many people I want to film it with, and it's like so many different places. It's like, it's going to take me a long time.
Yeah, that's a good thing, though. I mean, honestly, that just means you have time to travel the world, more excuse to travel the world and meet fun people. It's always like, it definitely is weird no matter how much you can talk to someone like online. Steve can attest to this. I mean, literally, we were doing this show for 8 months before we met in person. And when we did the live from California, I flew out and Steve lives out in California, and like we met at the airport, and it was like definitely like a wow, hey, nice to meet you, even though we've been doing it all live. Yeah, we ended up doing it live. But like at the same time, it's like, hey, like good to meet you, even though we literally talk every day for the past 8 months and do a weekly live show together. It's still like that. There's something about that in-person meeting that just seems 100%. To make it real, you know?
100%. Yeah, I completely agree.
And I'm sure that's probably part of why you enjoy the magic in person as well. You know, that real aspect to it.
Yeah. And you know what? I haven't done like a lot of virtual stuff at all to really like have a firm opinion, because I know some people like it's really grown on them. They actually like love it now. Yeah. But yeah, for me, just like when I think about it, like on a broad spectrum, I love being out there. And just like, just meeting people. I think it's super fun.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's funny because when you meet people, it kind of makes it personal, you know, because a lot of people can act a certain way on social media, you know, but when you meet them, you know, that social media nonsense can't really come into play.
Yeah, a lot of it falls off, a lot of that facade.
So it's kind of like they have to be themselves rather than the people they think they are online.
Yeah, so, I think people like on social media maybe like sometimes think they have a reputation to uphold, and it's nice in person for sure.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And hopefully the world gets us back there sooner rather than later, because I feel like a lot of people. Yeah,
I'm optimistic.
I mean, my biggest concern too is I feel like a lot of people are gonna forget how to like socially interact. Like I've been wearing like pajamas and sweatpants for so long. I'm sitting here being like, oh man, like that's not socially acceptable in public. I need to actually dress appropriately, and you know, all these little things. Or like the idea of like not wearing a mask now seems just as weird as originally wearing a mask seemed, you know?
Dude, I literally went to the gas station before the show, right? And I totally forgot about my mask. I got out of my car and I was walking into like probably 5 feet away from the door, and I saw some guy walk out. And he looked up and he's like,
"Oh man!"
Gave me this look, and I'm like, "Oh shit, I forgot my mask."
It
wasn't even like I just ran out of my car, went in, and I'm like, "Oh god!" And the guy gave me the kiss of death.
I mean, this day and age, it's no joke. I mean, I think the world has. And I'm a firm believer now that we're going to still see people even post-COVID, obviously wearing masks more frequently than we used to. You know,
I know think so.
Yeah, I mean, I know you said you traveled to New York before. I feel like New York is always one of those places where you get a lot of tourist influx, and so you always see people kind of wearing masks here and there, like Times Square, that area. You see a lot of people wearing masks, but now I think it's really going to become the norm, because even post-vaccine, I think people are still going to be nervous about what's the next thing, or they've gotten so used to it, it's become almost like a safety net for people.
For sure. Also, like definitely in airports and like just like environments with like so many people, I reckon anytime you go to an airport now, like everyone's going to be wearing them for like ages to come. it'll be interesting, like, because flying from here to like anywhere in the world, it's so long. It's like, it's like 24 hours.
Yeah.
I wonder if I'm going to have to like wear a mask for like the whole flight, because that would be like,
so
it'd be crazy.
And that's a long one too, because like, again, when I flew out to California, I wore a mask the whole time, and it was manageable because I literally just slept. But like,
yeah,
you're not just sitting there sleeping 24 hours. Like, and that's when, you can't do anything. You have to sit there and you're in this little kind of, I don't want to say confined space, but very small space.
for sure.
That's when you notice the mask. And that's when like, oh man, my nose itches, but I can't scratch my nose. Like, what do I do? Can I like, I don't know. It's all crazy. All these like social rules around it. You just there you go. Yeah, that's exactly.
His nose. I'm like, no, I'm just scratching it. You have to let people know, though. You have to go, I'm gonna scratch my nose.
I think also like, even like I went to the tennis the other day. I came home. I was so tired. I think we're so like used to not like going out and doing things in the day that like any activity just takes so much out of you now. Like
it really does. Yeah.
Tiring.
I got out of bed this morning and I was tired already.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I took a nap before the show. Like, I'm not a person who normally naps, but like now I'm like, I got an hour and I got nothing to do. I might as well nap. Like,
I don't know if that's the fact that it's because it's COVID and we're just tired, or the fact that I'm just getting older.
It's probably COVID.
Yeah,
let's hope. Yeah. Again, that positivity. We appreciate your positivity, Gali. Oh my gosh. But it's just interesting to see too. And I feel like, like you said, there's been so much innovation, I think, in Magic. Actually, maybe not even innovation, but a shift in perspective for Magic for a lot of people because of that idea of, okay, here's something we can do with Zoom. And like you said, a lot of people who really have been excited about doing Zoom Magic and maybe even like it more than doing in-person Magic. How, was this something that you kind of, I guess, what was your perspective on like Zoom Magic prior to all of this?
Like pre-COVID?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I don't think I gave it much thought like pre-COVID. But I think now it's like it's interesting because I do think it's going to continue like post COVID. But it's interesting because like it makes me wonder. I feel like you might be like in competition with like more people in a way, and like for getting work and stuff, because suddenly it's like if someone overseas can like do an event here now, then it's like I live close and I can do it, but now someone like anywhere in the world can like do the show as well. So that's like an interesting thing that I think, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how it plays out. I think, honestly, like pre-COVID, I didn't even like entertain the idea of like performing on Zoom.
Yeah. Now, did you pick up anything else other than Magic while all this craziness is going on? Did you pick up another hobby? Did you get back into another hobby, or?
Clearly not traveling.
Not traveling. I think a little bit of like video editing and stuff, more so like earlier on, like I tried to make some videos and stuff, but I didn't even like
Steve literally hates video editing.
Oh my God.
That's fair. I mean, it's tedious. I don't mind it though. Like I didn't even like post a lot of the stuff just to kind of like learn and stuff like that. This is more of like a recent thing. I'm considering doing more like Magic reviews on my channel. Just because, I don't know, I think it's kind of, there are people doing it and I think people are doing a good job at it, but I also think there's not like heaps of people doing it. And there's so many times where I like buy a product and then, if I'm disappointed or something and it's like, man, if you can save someone like $50 because they have this piece of information about it, it's like, I don't know. I like the idea of like doing reviews. So I made one and I have like a plan to do a few more, but I kind of want to like film them all at a similar time and just have them ready to upload sort of thing.
That's the way to do it. Honestly, we learned early on with pre-recorded videos that you can't do them like the day before. Like
it's stressful.
It really is. Even if you minimize the editing and like, we shoot very much in like a kind of one take format. So like even in our beginning, we would very minimally edit. One take that actually gets uploaded, 82 takes to get to that one take. Right. But yeah, like even in that sense, like you could record the day before and trying to get something up the next day, even if you don't have to do crazy editing, there's still that pressure. There's the thumbnail, the description, all this and that, like trying to figure it all out, like too much work. Steve, I don't have the B-roll handy for that, so we still can't explain it.
For the time being, we're just gonna randomly play this dolphin noise until we put our blooper reel out of the reason why we're using this dolphin noise. Everyone will understand eventually, but whenever we talk about like one takes, that's randomly when you're gonna hear the dolphin.
When you do as many takes as we do in a day, you get a lot of good B-roll, but we don't use it because it's just some of it's ridiculous. So,
which is why we're gonna use it.
Yeah. But so, and what kind of what got you excited? Like, I know, like you said, the idea of being able to save people some money with the Magic reviews, but is there any specific kind of like gimmicks or tricks or downloads that you really kind of gravitate towards?
It's interesting. I post like some of my Magic on like Instagram here and there, not nearly enough, but it's another story. Yeah. But so much of the time, like I go on Instagram and I see so many people doing like the same trick that's like brand new, and you see like 5 people doing it, and it's like it's a good trick, but I really try and find stuff that like at least I haven't seen people do recently, or maybe something that like people don't know about as well. And I spend so much time like going on Magic websites and looking through like old releases, like stuff that's like, hasn't been advertised for like forever. That's just like in these archives of like old downloads. And you can find some like really good stuff in there. And I was almost considering like maybe reviewing stuff that's like not even new, that like people probably haven't even heard of. That's like good stuff as well.
Yeah.
Brings
more visibility to it. Yeah.
Yeah. Cause it's just like, it's sitting there and no one's like, doing anything with it now. It's like, and a lot of it's like, pretty cheap too, because it's just like, oh, it's not brand new.
And that's the stuff you want to get, because the new stuff isn't necessarily the better stuff. It's just the new stuff. And that's when, that price point is, I mean, Steve and I take a look at those and we'll do it. We do actually like one a week, and not being magicians, we take from a completely different perspective of like, how easy is it to really, if you're a beginner, how friendly is this for you? How fun is it to learn things like that? But some of the price points like blow our mind. It's like, I get it, because there's a lot of thought and energy that goes into it. If you bring in gimmicks, there's manufacturing costs. But some of it is like, I think, I'm like, and this is to get a little bit deep on the thought there. I always think that a lot of times with the Magic price point, it's because you have such a small group of people buying it that you still have to make up for the cost. And so if you have, 100, 200 people who are going to buy your gimmick, it's a lot more expensive than if 1,000 people are going to buy it. And so because of that, you really still have to figure out how you're going to recoup your cost ultimately. And so that drives up the price, but it makes sense because people aren't trying to lose money on these things. They're trying to share knowledge, but also have make a living off of it. So
for sure. Yeah, it depends. Also, like, obviously there are, times where you can invest in something expensive and then it's, it's totally worthwhile. But yeah, it's so easy to spend a lot of money on Magic. I mean, it's crazy. Like, I've spent so much money on stuff that I don't even use half of it, like I buy it, I play with it, it goes in the drawer, and then like I never use it again.
That's what, when we had Alex on, he talked about that. It's just like, there's so much stuff that comes out. It looks so cool. That's all it is. That's all it is cool. It's something that's cool. It's something that you can use once. Maybe,
that gimmick culture.
Want. Yeah, it's just like, and then it gets thrown in a draw. You never use it. It gets passed down to a friend or someone just starting out in Magic, and you've wasted thousands of dollars on a draw full of crap.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I bought so much stuff I don't use, but so I don't know. I think it's interesting looking at like old downloads, old products, but I don't know. Just the review thing, I just find it interesting.
What's your favorite thing that you've gotten that you don't use anymore? That's in a draw.
Oh wow, that's such a like good and like hard question.
Right.
I don't know. Like, okay, I have like a couple like coin set, like expensive coin sets from Jamie Schoolcraft, who makes like really like nice coin gimmicks. And I bought one once, which like I loved, and then I bought another one, and now I never use the old one, like, which is bad. Like, it's still a great set, but like, it's so much money that's just sitting in that drawer not being played with.
Yeah.
So probably that sticks out the most. That hurts a little bit too, because
hopefully after the show you go dig it out. Yeah.
I know,
maybe
dig it out
and play with it a little bit at least. But yeah, that's a tough one.
It's funny. I actually bought Double Crossed And Kylie, do you know what double crossed is? It's a shoppy gimmick.
Okay.
But so before all this COVID stuff happened, I'm a photographer by profession. That's what I do. And I was traveling around to universities throughout the country doing this photography project. And it's actually all about, the main thing I use in the project, other than a camera, is a shoppy. So I bought it because it's really cool to use a shoppy, during the project, and then have this kind of thing that I could do for people that involves the shoppy, and they'll be like blown away. And obviously, I never got to use it.
Oh yeah,
you'll still have an opportunity. Don't worry.
So it's actually it's sitting up there. It's not in a drawer. It's hanging. It's like on a shelf.
That way you don't forget about it.
Yeah. Exactly.
There's stuff I bought that I like haven't used yet that I want to like use. I bought I don't remember the name exactly. It's either like I think it's called Priceless or Price Tag by Richard Sanders. It's such a like fun routine where you essentially it's like a prediction of like a price of that you like wear a little like security tag on the inside of your jacket, and the audience comes up with like a price for your jacket, and you show that it like matches the tag, and
that's awesome.
But it's like stolen because it's like a security like tag thing.
It's really funny.
So, yeah, it's fun. I haven't gotten a chance to use it yet, but yeah, I love the routine. So there's definitely stuff in there that I haven't used yet, or books that I haven't read yet, but I'm working on it. I'm reading some books at the moment.
Nice. No, and I think that's that's a good way to damn, that sounds like a really funny gimmick. I'm still kind of like on that. Like that sounds really like, and I wonder when you perform it, I feel like you need to definitely like have someone like video for you, like for the first day you use it. Cause I want to see the reaction of people who like, A, don't realize it's a security tag, B, the people who realize it after the fact that it's a security tag. And then you sit them and they're like, and they're like the people who just get it from the jump. Cause I feel like there's going to be like those three tiers of people who get it,
Yeah, we'll see. I haven't done it yet. I'm excited. It's one I'm excited to try out for sure.
Now, do you buy a lot of cards? Do you do a lot of card magic or?
A little bit, like I've actually been really like good this past year with my spending on magic because it got a little out of control. Yeah. But yeah, I definitely have a thing for like good cards and nice cards. Yeah, I got a little collection going, and it's fun for sure.
Nice. What's your go-to?
Yeah.
My go-to, I'm a little biased, but I do actually love this deck. It's False Anchors by Ryan Schlutz.
Ryan Schlutz, yeah. Nice. Great deck. Yeah, we were actually talking to Ryan the other day.
Hell yeah, Ryan's awesome. All his products are good. I love everything he releases. But yeah, love his cards, and yeah, they're probably my go-to. If I'm like running out of the house and I just like need to grab a deck, that's the one I'll grab.
Nice. And they're a fun one too. Yeah, I love the whole look of that deck is beautiful.
Yeah, the color, like the V2s, the color on the V2s, like that nice, like bluey green, really pops.
So nice.
Yeah, it really is nice. That's probably one of my like favorite decks from last year too, just because of the colorway on it. It's so beautiful.
It reminds me of the PPO Ulysses.
Yeah, that's another one there. Yeah, that's
like Kiran. That's
that like butterfly deck. Yeah, the color is very similar in that one. I feel like that might be a little brighter, like a little less green, but yeah,
really familiar. But since we're talking about decks,
there you go.
Let's do it.
You like that transition there?
I liked it. So for anyone watching, we're gonna do the Sniff for Stu here real quick. Gali was prepped pre-show.
Spade says Sanders is a great kisser.
I saw that. I feel like I want to have like a memoir written by Xavier about all of the magicians he's kissed, because I feel like every time we're on the show and someone comes up, he's like, they're a great kisser. Yeah. I feel like actually a lot of times.
I don't know if he got that information from himself or from Bo.
I love Bo. I love Bo so much.
Yeah,
that's so funny.
So what deck are you going to be opening and sniffing today?
The one and only False Anchors.
Nice. There we go. Perfect. It really is such a great deck.
It's awesome.
What should I open? I'm going to open the White Camp. No, I'm not.
Oh my God, that's a nice deck too.
This is actually going for sale. Up for sale on Saturday. This is going to be in the unboxing.
Oh.
God damn it, Steve. I love it. I love it. Don't forget to check out the unboxing on Saturday.
Exactly. Don't forget to like the video. We only have 17 likes. That's ridiculous. Come on,
guys. Like the video.
Absolutely like the video. But all right, so there really are no rules to this sniff here. So crack it open, pop the top and give it a whiff.
Give it a whiff.
I wish there was like an elegant way to explain this. It's kind of like a wine tasting, but for playing cards.
Right.
Okay, hold on. Stuck with the plastic. I know, right? This plastic and these nails, it's never a...
Honestly, I have... The other problem is if you have no nails, it's not easy either. It's like really...
All right, plastic's off. Oh, fresh deck smell.
Yeah.
I gotta say, USPCC decks really are like...
Look at that color.
So nice. I love
and
that
it
color.
fans so perfectly.
Yeah.
It really is just such a great deck.
So nice.
Yeah, and I love those jokers.
There's the ace. Oh, so fresh, crispy. Yeah. These are nice. Very like summery too. Like good summer deck for sure.
Yeah.
I wonder what the new. Do you know what the new color is going to be?
No, I don't know.
Yeah, you do.
I believe there's a new one's going to come out. I don't know.
Yeah. He's been teaching them. I mean, teasing them.
Yeah, there's definitely some good teases there. So,
my mom said,
I'm excited.
What's everybody's problem? Like the video.
I love it. Steve, I would not disappoint your mom. If I could like the video on this side of the screen, I would. Don't you worry, Janice. I like it by being on it. There you go. But I absolutely think that's a fun deck. And so is this the first, this is, I feel like a question we have to ask people now too. Like a lot of people sometimes are like, oh, I always sniff decks of cards. Is this something you've done in the past, or is this your first time really like purposefully sniffing a deck of cards?
Oh, no, I'm guilty of it. I like recognize the smell for sure. Like,
that's the way to do it.
Yeah, I think, you know what, when I was getting into Magic, like I didn't have like heaps of decks. So it was like, I remember like when it was so special, like getting to open a new deck and like that smell is like totally part of it. So yeah, it like still takes me back to those days where it was like so exciting to like get a new deck of cards. Now it's like I take it for granted a little bit too much.
Which it happens. I mean, ultimately, you know, you just get used to it. Well, and it's funny too, because as much as there's a little variation between manufacturer, ultimately, once you smell one USPCC deck, they all pretty much smell the same for the most part. Yeah. So it's like, you get it, and it's nice, it's nostalgic, but yeah, you're not going out of your way to be like, oh, what's this one smell like? Like, that's when you find a new manufacturer and you're like, oh, okay, cool. And that's one of the great things I love about like Jaspa's decks is always, you never know who printed it, so you never know what the smell is going to be, which is also kind of a gamble, I guess.
It always smells like Taiwan. He just hops. I have a feeling he just hops around.
Taiwan playing cards, not the country.
Yeah, Taiwan playing cards.
I don't imagine the entire country just smells like that playing card smell, but that would be interesting.
Cool.
Yeah, that would be
here's the thing. They all have their own smell, which is understandable, obviously. But the best one for me is Expert. I think Expert kind of smells a little like vanilla.
Interesting.
Yeah, they're not the best. They're not the best handling or filling cards, but they smell the best.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't know if I'll ever release a deck one day, but I have thought about it in the past, like what I would do if I did.
Yeah, you
and maybe. I think it'd be fun to.
Why not?
I actually have like entertained the idea of having that like scented when you open it. Like
kind of like OPC.
Yeah, there have been some decks in the past, like some of the Snackers decks and things like that, but that's also a risky maneuver because I feel like scent doesn't always come out the way you expect it to. Some things can be overpowering.
True. I know nothing about creating scents.
Yeah.
Kevin, you're making plenty of sense, Gavi. What I don't know, Gali. I don't know what you're talking. I call her Gavi.
I just saw Xavier to be like, "What up, Kevin Ho? What's up, Kevin Ho? How you doing, man?"
Oh, what's up, Kevin?
We all love Kevin.
You're bringing everybody in here tonight.
Yeah.
Kevin's awesome.
Kevin is absolutely awesome, and he is one of our favorite.
To him weekly.
You know what? Honestly, we don't, but when we do, it feels like it hasn't been long because it's always like such a fun conversation. And I feel like a lot of times we just like literally pick the conversation back up where we left off. It's like, hey, we were talking about this last time. Like, let's run with it. So
it's usually a pun.
It's usually a pun or some of his secret unreleased decks.
Yeah.
Kevin's awesome. I met up with him one day. We were like both in New York City on like the same day when I got some Pokeballs, and yeah, he's always like such good conversation.
Yeah, he is.
Like
he really is.
Like so much knowledge.
Absolutely. He is extremely knowledgeable, and I love the fact that he's so willing to share that knowledge with everyone too.
For sure. Yeah, huge respect to people that are like that.
Yeah.
The best thing about Kevin is his delivery. He's a smart guy. There's a lot of smart people, but Kevin's delivery is just so different than everybody.
Because it's so nonchalant.
Yeah, he's just like, yeah, I'm the smartest dude in the world.
I love it. I absolutely love it, though. No doubt there. So,
C-Dub says Kevin looks like he has soft lips, right, Spade?
I love it, Spade. You've started a bad rumor for yourself. But oh my God, even your mom's getting
my mom's like, Xavier, you're way too busy kissing.
Oh my God. I love it.
Now you know where I get my shit giving from my mom.
There you go.
Yeah.
So now you mentioned your 3-minute Thursdays that you had been doing, and obviously you took a bit of a break from that. Getting back to it though, at some point, who are some of the magicians you really want to have on there who you think can provide a lot of insight to people?
Oh yeah. Oh man, there's a list. I definitely want to do you know Tobias? He's a magician. No, Tobias Dostal.
Yeah, Dostal. Yeah.
Yeah. He's awesome. Definitely want to have one with him. He's just so creative. I'd love to know what he would say.
Yeah.
There are some that on my list that I don't know if I'll ever get them on, but some dream ones, like having Teller, from Penn and Teller. I think that would be
dope.
Insane. Would just love to know what he would have to say. Derek Delgado.
Derek would be another good one. Yeah.
You need to shut the fuck up.
Oh my God, Steve.
That's what he'll say. I love the fact that I have a sound of him saying that.
Of Penn, yeah.
Yeah, of Penn.
That's so funny. Gosh, who else? Hold on. I have a list here.
Oh,
I haven't looked at it in a while. Okay, Ben Earl.
Another great one.
Great thinker. Chad Long, who's a magician that lives in Florida. Just super funny. Love a lot of the stuff he's done.
Nice. That'd
be super cool. Chris Kenner, who's pretty much David Copperfield's right-hand man in Vegas. Copperfield, if that could ever happen. Spidey. We were actually going to film one when I was in Canada last time. We just never got around to it.
Oh, and get Spidey on.
Hopefully. And then Mario Lopez, who's
there we go.
Awesome magician.
I think this is the second.
Do you want the actor on the show? We could probably make that happen for you.
Oh my God, I love it.
I love how his name comes up every damn episode.
I feel like it does now too. Yeah,
that's so funny.
Well, because 3 episodes ago there was a confusion on Steve's part about Mario Lopez, the magician, versus Mario Lopez, the television actor, and so Steve was going into the whole side of it thinking he was the television actor, and then someone was in the audience. Actually, it might have been Xavier. Was like, they mean the magician.
Yeah.
So,
I can't make that happen, but I maybe could make the other one happen.
Yeah. I love that the chat's going crazy with Saved by the Bell right now. So, that's a pretty impressive list there too, because I agree. I think there's so many innovative and exciting people in the magic community on that list. It sounds like though, especially at some point, you're going to have someone have to come on to kind of get your perspective on that as well. Kind of that reverse 3-minute Thursday.
Maybe I've thought about it. In the future, I'd probably do my own one, but I don't know.
You have 3 minutes. Go.
Oh my God.
No, we gotta save it.
One day when you're ready for it, you let us know, and we won't have Steve put you on the spot like that. We can pre-record it so it's not just live in front of a studio audience here. Oh my God.
I had to try.
I promise the show isn't about surprising people like that.
But honestly, everyone that I've already had on, has been such an honor. They're really people that I was I'm still so grateful to have spoken to them.
Yeah.
And they're all really different, and they all give really different perspectives on what they want to share, it's so interesting. I never really actually film it knowing what they're going to say. So I'm really hearing it for the first time along with the people watching, which is just super fun.
That makes it better for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I it's great as well, because I think a lot of the people that I want to film with, some people don't have a lot of time. It's you only need to commit to really 3 minutes of it takes no time to film one. So it's kind of a little advantage.
Now,
worst case 10 minutes, you get a little bit of chat time in and you're good to go there.
Exactly.
Do you have any people that you looked up to while you were, just getting into magic, through your journey? Is there a specific?
Yeah, for sure. So many. Like, I get inspiration from so many. I look up to so many of them. One person that's really been like consistent since I was really young is Garrett Thomas, who's a magician in Buffalo, New York. Super creative, super deep thinker, amazing magician. And I know him really well actually now, and he's like mentored me quite a bit. But, even then I still look up to him, and his quality of magic is, next level. And I aspire to be half the magician he is one day. He's absolutely amazing.
Nice.
Yeah. So he's definitely a standout. But yeah, there's so many. I don't want to like name some and then miss some, but Dave Williamson, who I did a 3-minute Thursday with as well, is just like, has so much knowledge and knows so much and so many tricks. And I think one thing that I respect so much about him is that he's just so kind to literally everyone and will share anything with anyone. And he's just all about like, not having like competition or like ego. He's just all about sharing and wanting to do what's right for the craft and just lift everyone up. And yeah, it's really nice.
That's cool. There definitely is really cool. Less people of that caliber than
Xavier's comments are making me laugh.
Yeah, honestly, he is a troublemaker, and we love every second of it.
He is a troublemaker.
I think he, of everything, feeds on people's laughter, which is a great attribute. I think
it's a terrible attribute. That's what keeps going, because everybody always laughs.
I can't help it.
You can't not laugh. Here's the crazy thing. We talk to Xavier a lot, and the problem is every time I'm done talking to him, I have a freaking headache. I'm just laughing too much.
Steve's getting dehydrated from laughing so much.
Leslie's like, why are you taking aspirin again? Oh, just got off the floor with spade.
Oh my God, I love it. You know what though? So honestly, that's not a bad way to live your life right there, laughing too much. So
that's for sure.
For sure.
Steve's like the only guy that can get me on Discord.
Yeah, Steve grumbles a lot about it, but not now. He's a little better about it now. Yeah, I want to actually almost take it back to something we talked about a little bit earlier. You mentioned that, when you first got into magic, you were 12. What was that defining moment for you where you were like, oh man, I love magic. Like I want to do this.
Yeah, I watched a video. I was watching Penn and Teller Fool Us segments from like the first season on YouTube. Right. And it was Matthew Bish was the first one I remember watching, who's a magician from France, and Sean Farquhar, who's a
nice. Yeah, we love Sean.
We had Sean on here a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, he's such a good dude.
Yeah, so both of them fooled them, and I just saw it and I was like, wow, like I want to be able to do this. And I really like loved it a lot from like the moment I got started into it. Like I always knew that it was something that was going to be a part of my life forever. Like not necessarily as a career, but I just knew that, I don't know, as a kid you go through so many phases, and I knew that like this wasn't a phase and this is something that I wanted to continue. And then, so that was actually like right before I turned 12. And then when I turned 12, like for my birthday, my parents got a magician to like come and teach me like for an hour. And then, and then it just kept growing from there, and I loved it. And then I found out about Tannen's Magic Camp, and I have the best parents in the world. They let me go. So
that's so cool.
So yeah.
Jeez, yeah, you said you were 13 when you went too. I mean, that's like halfway around the world. That's crazy.
Yeah, it was insane. I like got to miss school for it as well. It was It was a fun time.
That is so cool. Yeah, that's
every Harry Potter fan's dream is to go to magic school.
Yeah.
Magic camp, magic school, whatever.
I feel like there's probably a little bit of difference there.
Did friends call you Hermione or anything when you were younger?
No, actually not. But Tannen's is like, it's an amazing place to learn. I seriously, like, that's how I met Garrett, and that's how I met so many people. And then really I know Xavier pretty well because we hung out when I was with Garrett. So it's like, it's just this huge like domino effect of like people I've met and people that I've gotten the chance to like hang out with have really all stemmed from this camp.
Nice. No, that's so awesome though. And like, obviously X being in the chat, and having talked with X, how energetic and fun he is and how much passion he brings to like magic, amazing. I think that's one of like my favorite things too about a lot of the people you've mentioned who either we've had on the show or we know from, being like, oh, we should have this person on the show, like that passion behind it all. And I see a lot of that with you as well, bringing that passion to this kind of this art, which so many people just kind of see as either as a fleeting thing, or on the spectator side of it, it really brightens their day, but ultimately kind of is a moment in time kind of thing. It's so cool to see people so passionate about it, and especially becoming so passionate about it at such an early age.
Yeah, no, thank you. I love it. I think it's such an amazing thing. And I think it's so much more than just like performing. It's like taught me so much about just like self-confidence and so many different things. And like, I mean, it's really the reason I've traveled so much. So it's just taught me so much and introduced me to so many things that my life would be like completely different if I wasn't a magician.
Yeah. Now, what's your obviously traveling a lot with magic and just for the love of it. Well, what's your favorite thing to do outside of magic, while you're traveling? Is it, check out, new spots? Is it eat different foods? Learn about new cultures?
Yeah, I think definitely food. Food's a huge one. Like, I love food. Xavier knows how much I love food. But seeing new places, I think like the idea of like, you can only experience a place once for the first time. I think that's something like really cool and like special about that. And like, just getting to experience it from like the point of view as like, a local or something like that. Like I like to try find things that aren't like super touristy. And food's a huge one. I mean, there's a comedian, Jim Gaffigan, who has
God.
Oh my God, don't get me. He's so funny. But he has a line that's like, traveling is just like eating in a place you've never been. And like, it's so true. Cause I mean, it's just like you go from like eating one thing to the next, at least I do. So and meeting people, like meeting people while you travel, I think is super exciting. Yeah. But
it's kind of bittersweet because then you have to leave them, which sucks.
Yeah. But then there's something special about like going like, halfway across the world and like getting off the plane and it being like so familiar and like, people, it is so special.
Yep. That's that's so true. When I was rock climbing, I've traveled.
That's awesome.
A lot of places, whether it's Europe or, Canada or the States or whatever. And during certain times, certain people travel to certain locations, from all over the world. And the cool thing is you meet them. And then maybe the year after you go to Europe, and you're in Fontainebleau in Europe and you see all the same people, so it's like you're traveling all around to these different climbing spots, but you're seeing the same people from all over the world in these spots. So it's kind of like a reunion.
Yeah. I think that's kind of how it feels like at a magic convention. It's like you go to these different places, you go to different places and you see the same people and, sometimes you're in like Blackpool in England and then other times you're in like Vegas and it's just like the same people.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah.
One of these days.
So of all the places you've been so far, what's been like your favorite food experience?
Oh, wow. That's
Have you eaten anything weird?
I mean, probably like nothing super standout. I mean, I've tried like snails and like frog legs.
I love escargot.
Yeah.
They're so good.
Oh, so good.
They're just always so like garlicky and buttery. Favorite food experiences. Oh my God. I don't know. I have like a whole list. I went to like a really like nice food experience I had was I went to a restaurant with my family in London called the Ledbury. And it was like the most food I've ever eaten in one sitting. Was like this degustation. Like I think it was like 10 courses or something insane.
Wow.
And like there was this like pork dish. I couldn't even tell you what it is. It's like, heaven on a plate, but it was probably like the best thing I've ever eaten. Definitely probably like the best thing. But simple things like pizza in New York. Love New York pizza.
Can't go wrong with New York pizza. Oh, delicious.
That's a special place in my heart.
East Coast pizza, same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why New York gets all the credit.
Well,
sorry, my bad.
Because nobody likes to go to Boston.
Oh, really?
I actually so want to go to Boston. It's
I I just like to give Steve a hard time. Boston is not that bad. It's one of those places where like there's just a lot of places in the US you just don't want to go in the winter because it's cold. And that's like
fair.
most of the Midwest, most of the East Coast. So you want to go like to the southern states and the western states in the winter and then otherwise travel everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, going to places when like you go to a city and there's like, I don't know, some like institution that's been making like the same dish for like 100 years, like trying all that kind of stuff is fun.
Yeah.
You know, you're getting like the best of whatever it is you're eating. But yeah, oh my gosh, could go about food all day. I've actually been cooking like a little bit more during this pandemic, which is fun. Yeah, I enjoy it. What have I been cooking?
Yeah. What's your go-to?
My go-to? It changes. I mean, my go-to is probably like pasta, which is like, it's so like not exciting, but it's delicious. I don't know, I made this, you know what? Actually, Ryan Schlatz and I like sometimes like, he sometimes like sends me recipes. He's like super healthy and like, he's into like good food. So
he runs an athleisure brand on the side of his magic stuff. I'm not surprised by that at all. I saw that the other day and I'm like, all right, like magician and exercise.
So
interesting combo. Yeah.
Very true. The last thing I made was this like soup that he sent me. It was like this, it's like chicken, cheddar, and like broccoli, but it was actually yum.
That actually does sound good. Yeah.
Yeah, it was really good. I like baking as well. Like, but the problem is I can't cook all the time because I can't eat it all. Like, there's only so much you can consume. And if you make a whole cake, it's like, and I haven't been seeing anyone for a year. So
you can eat it all, but it's problematic once you do, right? I mean, that's always like, that's why I don't keep things like brownie mix in the house or anything. It's like, all right, if I make these brownies, I'm just going to sit here and eat them all day. This would be delicious, but it's a bad idea.
That's the thing. If you buy it, like, you know, you're going to eat it. The trick is like easier to resist it in the supermarket than it is when it's at your house.
That's true. I don't eat any chocolate, so I don't have to worry about cake mix or brownie mix.
I mean, they do make non-chocolate cakes, so they're not as good.
But I'm not a big cake fan. I'm not a big dessert fan.
I'm not gonna lie. I love like trash, like kids party yellow cake. Like it's so garbage, but it's so
my favorite cake is confetti.
Confetti cake is amazing too. Yeah,
same. With like frosting. Oh my god.
I don't like a lot of frosting. I just like a nice layer.
I like a lot of frosting.
Oh, I like the frosting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan.
See, like it's funny because I have people like friends who are avid bakers and they're like, oh, real cake, like if you made from scratch cake is so much better than boxed cake. And I'm like, I just don't believe you. Maybe it's like the nostalgia aspect of like when I was a kid, this was the best thing ever. But like boxed cake is delicious.
No.
It is, yeah. Especially if it's like nostalgic and like brings back like memories of being a kid. Boxed cake is nothing against boxed cake.
Yeah,
it's so good.
I'm not making from scratch confetti cake. That's for sure.
He's
probably not even that hard.
Scratch anything. This dude orders out every day.
I can grill some really good burgers. I can cook some really good steak, and I can grill some really good chicken breast. That's about the extent of what I like to cook. I choose not to.
He can order the shit out of a pizza.
I can. Listen, that's a talent, man.
I made like this is actually funny that Xavier's in the chat because do you guys know what schnitzel is? Have you heard of schnitzel?
Yeah, I know what a schnitzel.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because Xavier, like, we've had this conversation. He's like, "What's a schnitzel?" He's like, "It's a chicken cutlet," and I was like, "It's a schnitzel." But anyway, I made schnitzel the other day. It was very good.
They're thin chicken cutlets.
Yes, so thin and so good.
Yes. Yeah, very good.
Very yum.
I love as much as it's like heavy. I love like German food. So good.
Oh yeah.
I'm picky. I'm so picky when it comes to food, but I like random stuff, which is kind of.
I don't know. Maybe I'm not picky. I'll eat anything. So.
Yeah, same. There's a place that I went to. I was in Munich once, which is in Germany, and they have like the best hot dogs everywhere. And there's this one. It's got like 6 like kind of smaller sausages, like just with like bread folded around. And it's like 6 sausages and like mustard and like sauerkraut, and it's so good.
That whole like German and Austria area, they know how to make amazing sausage. Yeah,
100%.
Bratwurst.
So there's if you ever go to like Vienna, there's like street stands all over the place, and they do like Otterkreiner, which is like that cheese stuffed sausage. So good.
Oh my God.
So good. Steve's like, oh my God, that's horrifying. It's so good.
I have to poop just thinking about it.
I can't even tell you how good it is. It's delicious.
That's one thing
banana
when you
bread.
like.
Oh my God, Luke said banana bread. My mom makes the best banana bread. Too bad she
Banana
just
bread's
left.
good.
But my mom's the type of person that'll make a banana bread for the entire freaking chat and send it to them.
Oh, I think she left then. I mean, I love a banana bread right now, but I don't want to put Janice to work for chat banana bread.
Yeah. I'll have her send you some for sure. She makes them the best banana bread.
It's funny too, because I always feel like, yes, like this is healthy. I'm eating banana bread, but that's 100% bullshit. Like, don't let anyone think that banana bread's healthy. It's just delicious.
It's cake that we call bread.
Exactly. We do a good job with it.
There's no such thing as good bread, that's for sure. Bread that's good for you.
No, it's all.
I love
no bread's good for you.
Bread is so good.
Any word that has the word, I mean, any cooked thing or any meal or something that has the word bread in it is not good. Not good for you. Not good for you.
I went to like a county fair when I was in America, like a year and a bit ago, and I had the shock of my life at some of the stuff they were selling there. Like literally anything you can get deep fried. I tried a deep fried Oreo. I had like 2 of them.
They're delicious.
I didn't eat for the rest of the day.
Hold on. She said, I tried a deep fried Oreo. I had 2 of them.
Yes,
that doesn't go together.
That's like that's a little bit more than trying, but I get it because they are absolutely delicious.
Well, I'd never had it before, but it was so rich. I don't know. My body wasn't ready, and I seriously wasn't hungry for 24 hours after that.
And then that's the thing though, especially if you eat healthy regularly, and then you go on these binges of high sugar food, it tears your stomach up.
Yeah,
and a county fair, there's nothing you're getting there that's good for your stomach. Like even funnel cake, which is just literally batter and oil, is so terrible.
I like how people call it funnel cake. It's called fried dough.
It's funnel cake.
It's literally funnel cake just makes you feel better about eating.
Yeah,
it's literally fried dough.
I know, but that's fine. There's a name for that, fried dough.
Yeah,
I mean, this is
No, there was a day once where I was in Canada with Spidey and a few others, and I went to this place called Bulk Barn, which is just bulk candy, and we got so much candy. And then we went for lunch, and lunch was chocolate chip pancakes and bacon and all the sides.
That's delicious.
Spidey eats breakfast at 5 p.m. So it was lunch for me and breakfast for him.
Because he wakes up at 5.
And then we had dinner, and then I think a group of us went to see a movie, and we had more candy. And I've never eaten so much snacks in one day.
Yeah.
Any place that's
it was
called,
fun though, but so
I like the
food.
fact that they disguise their candy shop as Bulk Barn. No, this is just a place to get tons of damn good candy. Let's make it happen.
I remember when I was growing up, there's a place in Nantasket called Penny Candy Store.
Oh, that's creative there.
Yeah, the cool thing is when I was growing up, it was actually pennies for the candy that you went in.
Yeah,
and I remember 20 years ago, I went into the Penny Candy Store, and shit was 95 cents, and I'm like, what happened to the penny candy? Nothing's a penny anymore.
See, the problem is, as a kid though, you get $5 and you're like, yes, I can buy 500 sour peaches, and then you eat that shit in a sitting.
Bro, there was no such thing as sour peaches when I was growing up.
Oh man, whatever sour gummies they had back then.
They had Sugar Rock. That's it.
Sugar Rock. It's just a store full of rock candy.
Yeah, we had rock candy and saltwater taffy. That's about it.
Oh my god, that's a sad existence.
I'm just kidding. There was a ton of stuff. There just wasn't soured pat peaches.
I get a kick out of the fact though too that you're such a healthy eater, but at the same time, I've literally seen you sit down and devour a bag of jelly beans.
Bro, I have a sweet tooth. And normally I eat very good. But if I get on these kicks, don't even be around me when I want to eat a bag of Smart Food, because I will tear up a bag of Smart Food. I will tear up a bag of goldfish. There's a certain
That's funny.
Jelly beans I'll eat that and sitting easy. Tic Tacs Orange Tic Tacs, probably 25
Tic Tacs on
seconds.
the plane. I always take Tic Tacs on the plane.
Yeah, but they last me. I eat them before I even take off.
They're
Steve
good.
houses them. He puts like 19 in his mouth in one time. It's not like I don't know anyone though either who eats a single Tic Tac at a time.
Yeah, no one.
Oh my god,
love that.
Chewy
It's almost gone. I started it right before the show, and it's almost gone.
Oh my god.
Just eating it like it's M&Ms.
No, I eat it way more than way faster than M&Ms. They'd be gone by now, but the show's making me taste myself.
I
It's
love
good.
cereal. Like oh my god, cereal is like it's like my go-to snack.
What's your favorite?
My favorite is Cinnamon Toast Crunch, which we actually don't have here.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch is so good.
It is really good.
You literally have diabetes after you eat it.
It's so good.
Oh,
It is.
And the milk gets so delicious, like at the bottom of the bowl. Yeah, so like sugary. Oh, it's so good. Frosted Flakes are good too.
see, I'm not a flake cereal. I'm not a flake cereal person because it gets soggy too quick. But
no, you only put a little in at a time, bro.
that's not how I cereal. I put like I'll use like a mixing bowl. Like I don't even care.
Yeah, but you do a little
Fruity
at a time.
Pebbles. That's where it's at. Fruity Pebbles. All the sugary cereal is delicious, but like
you said, Fruity Pebbles.
Yeah.
Dude, that stuff gets soggy before any other
cereal. Yeah, but the flavor on
like,
that one. Yeah, the cereal, like the flavor kind of overpowers it. I'm fine with that. Something about cornflakes when they're soggy or Frosted Flakes when they're soggy skeeves me a little bit.
Yeah, what about Fruit Loops?
I'm hit or miss on Fruit Loops. I like them, but at the same time, I'm starting to realize that a lot of the memories I have of cereal flavor have changed in recent years, and so if I eat them now, they're not as good. Yeah.
I like Fruit Loops, but it tears the crap out of the roof of my teeth. The roof of my mouth.
Because you're eating them faster than Tic Tacs.
Yeah, I swear it's because they're so hot, and when you used to like chew on them, and there's a lot, it's just not good.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah.
Tyler's waiting for burrito flavored cereal to come.
Oh my god, no, that would be disgusting. But like, I'd probably still eat it.
I would try it. It sounds good.
Yeah, like I'll try pretty much anything once. But yeah, like Steve gives me a hard time about the amount of burritos I eat. I stopped eating burritos for a while now just because they were giving me terrible heartburn. So I put a lot of hot sauce on them.
They were giving me heartburn watching you eat them.
Yeah. It's so good. So good. But
that is funny.
So you say you don't have Cinnamon Toast Crunch there though. Like what's up with that? Like how did they that's horrifying.
It's terrible. I usually bring back a box when I come back.
It's almost just a tease though.
It's like 2 days.
A big one. Well, there's only so much luggage space, for cereal. There was definitely a time where I bought like 3 boxes back of like cereal, but I try to limit it now because then I eat it all the time. But yeah, we don't have a lot of you. We don't have Fruity Pebbles. We don't have Cookie Crisps.
Ew.
Apple Jacks. Like we don't have a lot of your cereal.
Apple Jacks are amazing.
I haven't had those in a long time.
Oh my god, I used to literally eat boxes of dry Apple Jacks like as a snack.
Kangaroo.
Oh my god.
What up, Sean? Sean McMagic's in there.
They have kangaroos they can pass on Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I disagree. They should have both. It would make it so much cooler.
Sean McMagic says we should export some cereal to her.
I was just thinking, like, honestly, like next time you're here, you just ship yourself cereal. The problem with that is though, like the size of it, even though it weighs so little, would probably cost you a ton to ship, which sucks. Yeah. Like you'd have to find cereal in those like you ever see like movie theater popcorn? It just comes in a giant like clear garbage bag.
Yeah, they have those. It's called Fruitios. What's his name just said?
Yeah, but like you don't want to get the generic one. You just need to buy a whole bunch of the bags and literally put it in a garbage bag for yourself and just bring it as your carry-on.
Just bring a separate suitcase and bring 2 suitcases. One is filled with cereal.
But like,
I already
take it out of the boxes to save space.
There's a place actually like 20 minutes from where I live that sells like US like food imports, and they have cereal there. Like not all of them, they have a few, but they're so expensive. It's like $20 a box or something insane. Like
I was gonna say that's probably like a great racket there. Like Steve and I should move to Australia and just sell cereal.
But then it's just too much work to get it over there. I don't want to be involved in that stuff.
Yeah, nah. I rather it's like a special thing. I get to eat it when I go away. It's like I appreciate it more.
Yeah, that makes sense.
See, I 100% would be down to start like a cereal smuggling ring. I'm okay with this. Sounds amazing.
Yeah, you have fun with that, buddy.
You just wait when I'm rich from my cereal money.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, no,
it's kind of like an MLM.
Get other people to start like bringing it on the plate for you. The more people you recruit, the more money you'll make. I love it. I love it.
Tyler's pulling in 6 figures, recruiting everybody to sell Fruitios.
You go into his house, he's just like smells of cereal.
Fruitios and frozen New York pizza.
Oh my god. Dude, I think you could make a killing with that.
Yeah, you can make a killing.
But all he eats is only burritos still. Like he has all this like, pizza. He only eats burritos.
Yeah, he does. I remember literally for 2 weeks.
I ate a lot of burritos.
Oh, what are you eating? He's like, burrito. What are you eating? Burrito.
I was getting I was getting different burritos though.
I have heartburn. I'm like, I wonder why, bro. You've been eating burritos for a month straight.
They're really convenient, guys.
That's so fun.
Yeah, my gosh. Well, I feel like this conversation devolved into an interesting mishmash of cereal and burrito hate. But that being said, we actually did have some questions that came in, which I feel like one of them was
terrible.
Okay.
Where was this? It wasn't a bad one. It was actually someone who had a question that I was like, oh, I have no idea what this is. So now I'm curious.
Okay.
And they're just like, oh, I saw her page. She's from Australia. Just wanted to know if Zumbo.
Oh, he's a maker.
Okay.
Who's Zumbo? Come on, dude.
Dude, I've never been to Australia.
You don't have to go to Australia to know who he is. Stop eating burritos.
Yeah.
Listen,
wait, what about him?
If it lives up to the hype. If he lives up to the hype.
It's interesting. You know, so there used to be, he had a bakery actually like really close to my house. I don't think it's there anymore. But it used to be really good.
Didn't half the stuff get shut down because he lost a ton of money?
Something happened. Yeah, I don't remember exactly what, but it did get shut down. But it was good. When it was open, yes, it was very good. I would say it lived up to the hype.
All right.
Yeah. No, he's back. He's popular again. He's like literally a judge.
I've literally never heard of him.
He's a judge on every cooking show.
I don't watch live TV.
He makes very creative desserts, just really innovative with new flavors that aren't usually incorporated into desserts. He makes it. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, I'm down for that. That always sounds delicious. Yeah. So now I have more reason to go to Australia. It's not snowing and there's good desserts.
Yeah,
so
he never smiles either. He's always just like.
If you literally, dude, if you literally made desserts for a living but couldn't eat any of them, I wouldn't be smiling either.
I'm sure he eats a ton of desserts.
He'd probably be sick of it.
Turns out he hates sugar.
Every show, he definitely eats a lot.
Xavier says Vegemite is the worst. Have either of you tried Vegemite before?
I have.
I have not. I've heard it's an acquired taste. So
yeah, I mean, it's understandable, why you wouldn't like if you've never had it. And butter doesn't help. That's so funny. You need a lot of butter.
It's an acquired taste. So isn't eating shit. That's an acquired taste too. I'm sure there's some people that like to eat that.
That's brutal. Oh my god!
I didn't mean to go there.
I'm so glad I ate dinner before this, so I don't have to worry about thinking about eating shit while I'm eating after this. So
I'm sorry. Move along. Next question.
So the other question was, and I think this is kind of an interesting question because I feel like the answer to this now may not be the answer to this in 3 years. But what goal would make you feel like you've arrived where you want to be, and whether that be in magic, in life, whatever.
Oh, wow. What goal? In terms of magic, I want to, I'm in the middle of writing a show. So I want to write a show,
nice.
Perform it. That's a big goal of mine. Also, I mean, in the future, I'd actually love to live in the States. It's something I really want to do, even for just a little bit, but something I'm super keen on and always have been. So if I ever got somehow the opportunity to do that, that'd be super fun. Yeah, cool. It's super complicated with visas and everything.
But just marry someone.
And then 6 months later, and $5,000 in attorney's fees, she'll be allowed to come into the country.
Yeah, right.
funny. But yeah, definitely like finish this show and like perform it, and hopefully it's a good show. Yeah, that's a big goal of mine at the moment. But yeah, I don't know, like it's always changing. I have like little goals, obviously, all the time. You know, like creating videos and stuff like that. But yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah,
that sounds like a cool goal. You ever want to be on Fool Us?
I don't know. I think it's going to finish like very soon. If it was something that were to like continue into the future, which I don't imagine it will for much longer, then maybe. But like right now, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's on what, like season 8, I think, this year?
Something like that. Yeah.
8 or 9, somewhere around there. Something, yeah. Yeah, which and again, like that's a long time for a show that has a very, I don't want to say repetitive like theme behind it, because obviously each performance is different, but like they've been doing it for a long time. At some point or another, I feel like they probably run out of having magicians on, you know, for the 98th time. So
yeah, it's true. Yeah, I don't know how like what the like interest level of magicians wanting to be on that show is, but yeah, it's like it would be hard to like find. There's only so many like magicians that probably, you know, are ready to go on it and like want to go on it. So yeah.
I feel like a goal for a lot of people, because I think if they see themselves on there, especially if they fool, you know, Penatella, then it's kind of like this.
It's a good jump off point, I think, for that kind of television career path through that and getting on maybe other shows and things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and it seems like they're very willing to have creative people on it, you know?
Yeah, for sure. I think like they probably, I imagine, look for like variety. You know, I don't imagine they're as excited for someone doing like a card trick as something like, you know, using something completely new and fresh.
Yeah.
Just keep the episodes looking different. Yeah. But definitely also like social media is something that I do enjoy it, even though I'm not like super active. Like some people post like every day. But I do enjoy it, and it is a goal of mine to like keep it up and continue with it and, you know, create content and stuff. But I put a lot of pressure on myself when I like come up with ideas, and it takes me a while to like execute an idea usually.
Yeah.
And so, talking about the creative aspects of it, have you ever considered releasing your own kind of like trick or gimmick or book or tutorial of some sort?
Yeah, like not now at least. I don't know, like even on my channel, I think so many magicians like that get onto like YouTube start teaching tutorials, and some people do a really great job at it, but it's just not something that like I wanted to do, which is kind of what inspired my 3-Minute Thursday thing, because I wanted to share knowledge that I feel like lucky to get from so many amazing magicians without teaching the tricks themselves. Because I think so much of the stuff that's really helped me as a magician and like continues to is really like the theory behind the tricks themselves and stuff like that. But yeah, in terms of releasing something, if it comes up, it's not like I'm not like forcing it to happen, but if one day like there's something that comes up that I create or I want to release it, then yeah, we'll see. I'm not opposed to it.
Yeah. I mean, the key is not rushing, right? Take your time. I mean, I feel like there's a lot of things out there that, you know, Tyler and I see that pretty rushed.
Yeah,
and it's also like there's so much that comes out now. There's a new product like every day. It seems like it's almost like it's so saturated. There's so much magic coming out, and so I don't know. I'm in no rush. Like I don't feel like the pressure to like release anything, at least not now. Yeah.
Well, I feel like a lot of times too, especially I don't know, sometimes I'm 50-50 on whether it's marketing gimmick or if it's really, you know, something the more impactful releases kind of gravitate towards is a lot of times something gets created by someone and used for years before they release it. And like I said, I think, you know, 50% of the time they use that as a marketing line. Like I've been using this successfully for 5 years and now I want to share it with all of you. And then you're like, it's only $99.95. And you're like, oh, awesome. This sounds great. And other times I think that's truly like those really impactful ones do get used, because if you create it, you don't want to release it out there. Now every magician's doing it. It's not something unique to you. You want people to, you really want to have that time to test and refine and build out, you know, the trick or the gimmick or whatever it ends up being.
Yeah. There's definitely creators out there that, you know, when they release something that it's going to be like well tested and they've put like a lot of thought and time into it before they've, you know, released it. And Absolutely.
Like the Justin Timberlake of magic.
I didn't know where that was going, and I was waiting for you to just be like, "Oh, like Justin Timberlake's Magic," and I'm like, I must have missed that release.
No, the dude takes like forever to put something out because he waits till it's perfect, you know.
Yeah, and that's also like the counterpoint to that. You know, obviously nothing's ever going to be perfect. I think people are always I won't say that. People are always going to find things to like nitpick and give people a hard time about, but like. Yeah, I mean, I think it's an interesting progression in the magic kind of space where being a good magician is being creative, and that creativity, I think, eventually leads to a desire to share that with people, which I think is really cool.
Yeah. I forgot what I was going to say. Something about that.
It happens sometimes. No worries. But, I think... if you did come out with something, I have no doubt it would be exciting, and hopefully it's something in your vein of like the close-up kind of side of magic, which would be really fun.
Yeah,
maybe it's a cereal box or something that like mushes down.
Yeah, let's not go for a Zoom gimmick. Please avoid those.
No, I remember what I was going to say. Yeah, just based on things like the idea of things being perfect. I think that's like applicable to so many like areas of creativity. Also, like when I create content, because it's so easy to like want something to be perfect, but I think you should never let the idea of like perfection stop you from completing something that's good but like not perfect. And I think that's like something that's also like difficult for me to push past, because like sometimes there's been times where I like filmed a video for Instagram and I really like it, and then like I like fix the colors, like ready to post, and then I notice like one little thing and I'm like, oh my god, I got to like refilm the whole thing, even though I've watched it like 30 times, and now I realize it, and it's like sometimes it's, I don't know, it doesn't always matter too much.
Sometimes you gotta
just put it out there,
Yeah.
And I think when you're the one creating it, we're so highly critical on ourselves. We pick up on things that most people aren't gonna notice. Steve yells at me all the time for that. I'm editing something, I'm like, dude, we messed up, we did this and that. He's like, honestly, no one is gonna care, like it's fine. Or like I'm like, oh man, the volume dropped off there. He's like, so what? And I'm like, all right, good point.
Volume drops off. I'm usually the one that's like, dude.
Well, as long as the volume doesn't drop off for like
change
38 minutes, we're fine. We've had some fun volume issues on the live in the past, so now as long as the volume
so
works, it's good. Yeah, it's again, live things never go perfect. Even again, how many times have you seen bloopers on YouTube of like news broadcasts where they say like ridiculous things live, and you're just like, all right, I'm glad it's not just me. Live never works perfectly. So
as long as we don't fall and say stupid things that some of those people have said.
Yeah.
I'll say some stupid things in my time. I'm sure of that, but as long as I don't say stupid things like those idiots do.
Man, what was there was that one. I think COVID has also brought out, like I said, I think a lot of people now live in this world where like they're home all the time, so they're more comfortable in public scenarios, aka over Zoom, than they should be. And there was something where, was it like he was a news anchor or something like that? And he stood up, he had no pants on, and is like,
no, he was like doing
like it was like I mean, listen, I don't want to dive fully into it, but like
he got caught.
Yeah, like
Idiot.
I don't know how that happens. I don't know how people think that's like, oh yeah, hey, that's a great idea. Like, first off, it's cold. I'm not walking around the house with no pants on. Like, what the fuck are you thinking? And second, like what? Like, why you want to call for work? And like that seemed like a good idea. Like, come on now. So, thankfully, our live shows don't go wrong like that. Thankfully.
That's good.
Yeah. Oh my god. So
we have another question.
So I do have one more question in here. Let me pull it up.
Does anybody in the chat have any questions?
Oh, that wasn't even a question, actually. Someone just sent in a thing and it said personality summary. I have no idea what that literally means, so I apologize to you if your submission was personality summary.
What's that? I don't understand.
I don't know. I don't either. I don't know if maybe they were just like, maybe they want a personality summary, but I feel like that's such an awkward thing to ask people, and I don't know.
I have a question. Do you get obnoxious douchebags messaging you, just being like disrespectful?
I get a fair share of strange message requests on Instagram. Yeah, I usually leave them in the request folder.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Some people reach out and they're like really nice, and you can tell like they just like really like your work, or like just want to reach out and like show their support, and it's nice. But yeah, you get some like strange ones that you're like, I don't know, feel a little off about it. If I feel off about it, I usually won't respond.
Yeah,
it's probably. I mean, listen, that's the smart move. You never know in this day and age with the internet.
Yeah, but like usually like comments and stuff when people comment on my stuff, like if they ask me something or say something, I usually respond to the comments. I try to keep like engaged with like followers and stuff.
No, and I think that's crucial. Spade wants us to show this on screen, but here you go.
Here's the thought. Imagine the smell of thousands of magicians forced to sit up here.
Standing up at once. I feel like magicians have good hygiene to some extent and probably showered in those 10 months, but the idea behind this is just horrifying.
Until you go to like Blackpool Magic Convention, and then it's like, it's so unhygienic.
Oh, really?
Oh my, it's like 4,000 magicians who like are all standing in this one bar. Oh, it's so bad.
That's in the UK though. I think the UK they're kind of like.
Steve, do not just alienate an entire country on this show here. Oh man.
It's funny because I've had like a bunch of my friends. I mean, I've obviously met a ton of people from the UK from climbing, and they're all just like the ones that smoke all the time and don't brush their teeth every day.
What? Where are you meeting these people? Who doesn't brush their teeth every day?
On climbing trips.
Oh my God, man.
Things. I don't know.
I feel like the one thing you always like regret if you forget to pack is your toothbrush. Like you're sitting there like, oh damn, I forgot a toothbrush. Like that's why you can buy toothbrushes everywhere. That's disgusting.
Dude, no kidding. Tell me about it. If I forget anything, that's the first thing I'll do is go and buy it. That's why I love traveling to Thailand. When I go to Thailand, it's the best thing. I don't bring any clothes. You just literally go with like a backpack and some t-shirts or something. You can bring some cool t-shirts if you want, but for the most part, you don't bring any clothes. You just buy it all over there. And then you just leave it when you leave.
So brilliant. We mentioned earlier that we had a little surprise for you. And
oh my God!
Our surprise has appeared, and they requested that I give you this clue.
Okay.
Before we bring them on, and actually what I have to do here is
let me see if I can like guess who it is by this clue.
They said you should be able to know immediately, so I'm gonna drop that there. So the clue is when our guest competes in one-wheel races, he likes to wear a blindfold to really see where he's going.
And Spidey.
And he's kissed Spade.
Could be anyone.
Yeah.
Could be anyone. I like how that threw some doubt onto who it could have been that they've kissed Spade.
Oh my God.
What's up, buddy?
What up, Spidey?
I knew she was going to get the clue right away.
Oh, I mean, you should have made it a little more difficult, buddy.
He literally prefaced it.
It's really nice to have a guest on here that makes it sound like Steve doesn't have an Australian accent.
Right?
By comparison.
Oh my God. I love it. You can just tell he's from Boston now.
We literally talked about that the other day when we did our pre-show with Gali. I have friends that live in Australia that were like, Steve, are you sure you're not from Australia? I'm like, bro, I don't have that accent. We have the same pronunciations, but that's about it.
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah.
So one thing is like we don't have basements in Australia, and I just think basements are like the freaking coolest thing ever. And I know Spidey's sitting in his basement right now, and I'm very jealous.
How do you know?
Most basements don't look like Spidey's room right now.
Yeah, no, they really usually don't.
Most basements are like unfinished and they're creepy as fuck.
Yeah.
Kind of like this.
Yeah, there you go. Actually, though, yours is still finished, though. Like, there's sheetrock out.
Yeah. Dude. Now we know why he has that picture.
Nobody knows what actually happens in my backdrop, but there's like nobody. This is like a behind the scenes. There's a massage chair and a workout machine.
Oh,
First
that's
off,
creepy.
That massage chair is amazing, and I'm super jealous.
Yeah.
I want your basement in its entirety.
Well, Gali has a weird thing with basements where. Like whenever she visits Canada, the first thing she says is, "Can we go to the basement? Can we hang out in the basement?"
That's kind of a cool question.
See, I feel like the easiest way to get over that fascination is you go to like a college basement party where it's like a cinder block basement with like 18 years of stale beer on the floor and weird smells.
Yeah, it's always cold.
And it's always in like a building that was built in like 1905. So the ceiling is like 5 feet, 8 inches tall.
Super low.
And there's 1,000 people in that 12 by 12 basement, and it's just disgusting.
There's there's one window, and it's like this big.
It could be negative 35 outside, and it's 1,000 inside.
And the only thing shorter than the room itself is the staircase leading down to it, where at some point it shrinks to about this size, and everyone's got to do one of these things while they're walking down.
No matter how short you are.
Past the couple who's having an argument in the stairs.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Next to the guy who's passed out on the floor. So.
Absolutely. Over that guy.
There's always a couch. There's always a couch down there too.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but it doesn't belong. It doesn't belong to the people who own the place now. It was there when they got there.
Yeah, it's one couch and then there's nothing else. Yeah. Literally.
Well, sometimes now you have like a beer pong table, but
everybody's just standing. Now the beer pong's upstairs. Everybody's just standing. It's like gross. Some of the floor is just dirt. It doesn't even have concrete on it.
Spade says that's the basement in my house.
Yeah, he films there. That's why he has a brick wall in the back.
Walking? I put the crush on that guy.
We all have a crush on him.
We do. Spade has been revealing all of his celebrity makeout sessions this evening, and we heard you may be on the list.
Oh, I'm really flattered to hear that I'm a celebrity. That's awesome.
Oh my God.
What's going on?
What up?
How did you guys meet? Tell us the love story.
Oh my God. Okay.
It's so funny. And hold on, I need to clarify something before, because like it's kind of weird that like, you know, because like Gali, I'm gonna be totally upfront. When I told Steve like, yo, bring me on, like Gali and I are good friends. He did the thing that a lot of people do, and they go like that's a little creepy. Like that's
no, I didn't say that. I was like, are you a stalker?
He said he was a stalker. We do security background checks. Don't worry.
You have to understand something. There's a lot of creepy people in the magic community, but Gali and I, our relationship, as I explained to you, is like a grandparent and a granddaughter. Like that. That's like she calls me grandma. You know what I mean? Like when she's here, like I'll tell her things like, have you talked to your parents today? Okay, they know you're safe. Or like I'll check in ways like, you know, so like there's zero like that creepy old magician like young girl in the community.
I never thought you were that. I just had to make sure I was doing my background check, bro.
No, and that's good. And I'm very protective of Gali too, because like I know that our community is such a creepy place, and she gets messaged by all these like older magicians who get like these weird sensations in their private areas when they see female magicians, and they all get it. You know, Gali gets it, and Anna gets it, and Casey gets it, and they all get it.
I don't get it. Why don't I get it?
Steve, if you just start posting some pictures of you from behind with your hair down and don't show your face, you might start getting it, buddy.
Maybe I'll do that.
Yeah, it's just like
yeah, then you'll get it. Then you'll get it.
Oh my God.
I'll do one of those like reveals where you see my hair, and then all of a sudden I'll turn around like slow, and then be like, oh.
That would be so good. Oh my God.
So how did you meet?
I don't even know. The only thing I remember about Gali is at some point Eric Leclerc messages me and says, yo, there's this Australian girl staying at my house. And with anyone else, you would need more explanation, but with Leclerc, you just don't ask. And he goes, but I need to skip out of town for the weekend. Can she come stay with you? And I'm like, no.
No, but you were like just coming back from like a tour. Like the day I was coming in.
He gave us that excuse too. That's his go-to.
That's my go-to. I was coming back from a couple of shows that like earlier that weekend.
AKA was sleeping.
Yeah. Sleeping. I had a tour of naps. But yeah, so I tell Eric, like, I'm like, dude, that's not something you ask a dude. Like, Eric, I would say, like, if it was you or your girlfriend or you guys need a place to go, absolutely. But I go, I don't know what this girl is. Like, no offense, Gali, like, you're one of my closest friends now, but like, I was like, no, that's not a thing you ask a guy.
You asked to borrow ketchup.
How am I going to explain this? How am I going to explain this to my girlfriend? Oh, by the way, this 18-year-old Australian I've ever met is going to be sleeping at the condo this weekend. Like, it's not something I could, like I'm a smooth talker, but I can't get out of that one. So, so I said no, naturally. And then Josh, Gali, were you with Josh then?
No, I was staying at Corinne's place.
Oh, at Karin's place. Karin's a common friend of ours. Karin's one of my.
For 1 sec.
I stayed at Corinne and we were hanging out with Josh.
Weird.
What's that sound?
It's music, but it sounded like someone like whining.
Where's it coming from?
We're playing it.
Stop.
Stop. Go ahead, finish the story. All
right, I changed the song.
Okay, so I'll finish the story. So I was staying with like a mutual friend of ours. Her name's Corinne, and we were hanging out with Josh Janowski. And I think Josh messaged Spidey. What did he message you? Like, you got to...
First of all, it was the same night as the Oscars, or not the... It was the Oscars.
Yeah.
And we were staying with Karine, who's really awesome. She's a hypnosis student of mine. And I guess you connected with Josh. So Josh writes to me and goes, hey, dude, I'm hanging out with this magician from Australia. She's really cool. Do you have some time to hang out? I go, what is it with this girl from Australia? Like, why is she surrounding me? So, by the way, Spade is hilarious. Sorry, I got to read this comment out loud. Tyler, pin that comment.
It's so true.
He goes, my list of excuses. Just got back from tour. I use that all the time. Fact, I use that all the time. I have a super important meeting, Les, and I got to leave or my power went out. I was supposed to be a guest judge on Blaze Sarah's 1v1 contest last week on Discord. And 15 minutes before the first one, my power legit went out. Just everything fried. And Blaze is texting me I'm sorry, freaking out.
All right.
This isn't your show. You're allowed to swear on our show. Come on.
He is fucking losing his nuts. And I'm like, dude, my power went out. Anyways, but thank you, Spade, for that little reminder. Anyway, so Josh calls me, says, I'm hanging out with this Australian chick, and I go, Josh, and I did legit come back from tour. I know 99% of the time when I say that, it's not true. That time it was. And I said, Josh, I'm exhausted. But I guess I agreed. And then, Gali, and then what happened? The whole night is very vague.
And then we went,
he got drunk.
We all hung out were we in a basement?
He fell asleep.
It was in a basement.
Yes. And and we watched the Academy Awards. And no. We met Spidey. Okay, first of all, we met Spidey. And I was so nervous, but I was so excited. I was like, oh my God, I'm actually gonna meet Spidey. This is insane. Because I was really hoping it was gonna happen. And then Spidey, we went with Spidey, and Spidey just was like, let's get some snacks. And he bought every snack possible.
No, here's the thing. Canada is the heavyweight champion of chips. We have chip flavors.
Ketchup chips. Ugh.
Dude, we have ketchup. We have all dressed. We have loaded baked potato. We have
dill pickle.
Dill pickle.
Yeah.
So, and then we have the Doritos, the billion kinds of Doritos. So, and I've always said that the U.S. wins when it comes to drinks and cereal. Yeah. Like your juice section in a grocery store blows my mind, and cereal as well. Yeah. There's things we can only dream of, and it explains a lot of the diabetes in your country. But
it does.
Yeah, but we are the winners when it comes to chips. So Gali needed an idea for her vlog, and I go why don't you film you trying different chip flavors for the first time because you're in Canada. So
that's cool.
Went and got a bunch. There was some Gali, wasn't there something about the thumbnail? We're trying to get a thumbnail holding the bags all weird.
Yeah, I think you posted it on Instagram.
I think I did, but it would be so long ago because there were
Did you end up doing the video about the chips?
Yeah, it's on my channel.
Oh, we'll have to post it.
We'll definitely link to it down below, in the comments for sure.
And then we watched the Academy Awards, and I don't know, it was just a funny night. There was a group of us there, and then Spidey was showing us.
This is us trying to get the thumbnail.
Oh my God.
Look.
So good.
My praying mantis.
So
those are all the chips. And Josh Janowski couldn't actually eat any because he has about 1 million allergies, and most of those would kill him.
Jeez.
So what do we have there? What do we have? Hold on. What do we have? We have got to check out the flavors. We have
We had the sweet chili heat one.
Yeah,
the Doritos.
Those are good.
Those are so good.
They were good.
Sweet chili heat is in my hand. Oh, there's also the wings flavor in my hand there.
We had the wing. We had one that was supposed to taste like buffalo wings, but we were joking because it tasted like the celery that you get with your wings.
Yeah, it did. It tasted more like the celery than the wings. So
that sounds less than desirable there. That's gross.
So then Gali leaves, and then she messages me like 2 days later. She's like, yo, I'm coming back to Montreal. I'm like, you literally just left. Like, has your flight even landed? And then she came. Gali, after that first time, you came back once or twice?
Twice, I think.
There was the one time
twice.
Oh, you came back and stayed with Josh because I was moving to my house. And then the last time you came, you actually stayed here, which is why you knew this was the basement.
Spidey, you need to do something with your focus, man.
Yeah, wait for my Sony to get here is what I need to do about my focus, Steve.
There you go, buddy.
I was telling them before, Spidey, how we went to like Patino's and Bulk Barn, and then we went to watch a movie, and we ate so much sugar. There was also one time,
and then Gali absolutely wanted Pillsbury croissant. I don't know why.
Toaster strudel is amazing.
Oh my god, yeah,
toaster strudels I'm on board with.
Yeah,
but you're in Montreal. There's like French bakeries that'll make you the best croissant you've had in your life. But she insisted on getting the Pillsbury ones, and none of us had a damn clue on how to make them. They were awful.
Honestly, even if you do know how to make them, they're not that good because they're literally just like they're the biscuits just rolled up. It's not really like croissant material.
Yeah, it's not fluffy.
It's like a rolled up biscuit.
There was one day where we went to see like a magic show that was part of the Fringe Festival, and we all went to get all-you-can-eat sushi afterwards.
Yeah, that was good.
There's some good footage of.
Oh yeah, I made
like 3
you know
sushis
when you get like the nigiri, which is like fish on rice.
Yeah.
I made like an ultimate one. I took like 5 of them and I put the 5 rices together, and then I put the 5 fish on the salmons on top, and it was a 1-bite deal.
Oh my god,
that's impressive.
That's legit, man. Yeah, that is too funny.
Spade goes nothing like cardboard tube.
That is perfect. That's the perfect definition for like Pillsbury everything. Oh my god.
Why isn't Spade in here, man?
Oh, he'll have his time. He'll have his time.
Yeah.
Toaster strudel is so good.
Toaster strudel is amazing. The funny thing is, though, there are people who are still like, "Oh, Pop-Tarts are better than toaster strudel," and
Pop-Tarts are disgusting.
So I will say 2 things, though. They're not even in the same category, so trying to compare them is just unfair to Pop-Tarts. That being said, toaster strudel is the best breakfast pastry dessert, whatever the hell you want to call it, that was ever created, because like it reminds me like visually of like when you go to like a brunch or something, they have like pastries like Danishes, but it actually tastes like delicious, and like I like a Danish, but it's not like sweet like you want a Danish to be. Danish kind of tastes too healthy.
You know, it's crunchy in places or a little stale. Yeah. And like it's funny to, like this goes back to like to explaining my friendship with Gali is like every morning, because she crashed here, she wanted to have toasted strudels and that's it. And I was like, no, Gali, have like a fruit or something. So I was like making her eat her fruits to have her toasted strudels. Like I said, like I'm very like your grandma.
Grandma Spidey telling you to eat your vegetables.
But Spidey's pantry is just like, it's so tempting. Like it's just full of snacks. Oh, and wait, you know, Spidey, the soda, the Stewart's like, he buys this like creamy orange.
Steve, you're from
orange and cream. Yeah, the creamsicle,
from
orange
Boston.
creamsicle.
There's a place in Vermont. It's called Stewart's Shops. You ever heard of them? They make like the best cream sodas, like orange cream soda.
Cream soda's good. It's not orange though.
No. But this one they have grape cream soda, and orange cream soda, and lime cream soda, and cherry cream soda, and it is the bomb.
It's so good.
Next time I'm out there, I'll have to get some.
Dude, it looks like they make ice cream too.
Wait, Tyler and
different
Steve,
one?
have you guys played?
No, that's it.
Have you guys played One Night Werewolf?
No.
You've never played? Oh my god!
I've played Werewolf before, but I've never played One Night Werewolf.
Oh yeah, it's Werewolf.
Tyler, how do you play Werewolf?
So usually, so I've had to do it for like work things where we've done Werewolf over like virtual though, which is a disaster in and of itself.
What the hell is Werewolf?
So basically, you have like
We have to play at some point on the stream.
All right.
It like Steve, it's kind of like some people call it mafia, or there's a version of it called mafia, but it's basically like everyone has a role, but you don't know what anyone else's role is, and there's bad guys amongst us, and like through pure strategy and manipulation, you gotta sort of get the target off your own back and figure out who the bad guys are, and you vote to kill someone, and if it's a bad person and you caught them, the good guys win, and if you kill a good person, then the bad guys win. But like everyone has a role to where like, you know, one person could peek at another person's role, one person could switch to people's roles when everyone's eyes are closed. So like you wake up and you kind of discuss strategy and who did what and who's who, and you go, no, it can't be me, I'm the detective, or I can't be me, I'm just a villager. And then, you know, it's got to be him. I think it's Steve. I think it's Tyler. And Tyler goes, no, it can't be me, I'm the psychic or whatever. And then you vote someone out, and it's all about manipulating people.
It's basically like the old school Among Us.
I find it a lot better than Among Us.
What?
I find it better than Among Us because it's more about deception and reading people rather than like sort of lucking out and having to do those
guessing. Well, yeah, that's the problem with like Among Us. For anyone who's played it, like you could have the best logic explaining why someone is the imposter, and they'll be like, nope, you're sus, and like kick you out, and you're like, I literally just laid it all out for you. And then you watch the game, you're spectating, and then it turns out you were right the whole time, and you're like, that's right, motherfuckers.
Spade goes, Steve, you're from Boston, so in another state there's a thing. Have you heard of it? Spade, I think Stewart's is like very much northeast.
Like, northeast region.
I've heard of it now. Stewart's, is that what you said?
Yeah,
I've heard of Stewart's soda.
It's so good.
I didn't think you said Stewart's though.
I did say Stewart's.
Oh, I didn't think you said Stewart's.
There's too many accents on the show.
It sounds like something different.
Too many accents.
Oh my God. It's so good.
I know. Yeah, I know what Stewart's is.
And then okay, good.
They have it here in California.
Oh.
So no, you're thinking though. So Steve, there's the Stewart's franchise, and then it sounds like this place Spidey's talking about is more like local place.
No, it's a local place, but they sell. I mean, probably,
they sell.
Yeah, it's kind of like New York salsa. It's kind of like New York salsa.
Yeah,
they sell that everywhere.
Exactly.
I've had Stewart's soda.
Isn't it delicious?
Yeah, no, it's
so good.
I'm not a huge soda fan, but I like their cream soda.
Yeah, it's great.
I've never had their other flavors though. I've seen the orange one, but orange soda is disgusting.
They have a cherry one that's really good.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep. They do. Grape is good. Lime is really good. Lime is super refreshing.
I'm just not a grape soda person, man. I can't get on board.
I don't think I've tried it.
Purple drink.
Yeah, like it doesn't taste like listen, none of them taste like anything they're supposed to, but like sometimes there's a hint. For some reason, I just never get the grape flavor with grapes because I think grapes actually taste good and the soda doesn't taste good. So
I like artificial grape flavor.
Spidey always.
I actually like artificial grape. Oh, it doesn't even say what it is, but this is grape. Gatorade.
No, that's an empty bottle.
Yeah. Here you go.
Yeah, dude. Spade's right.
Steve's so fancy.
Tyler, Spade says you got to have Welch's grape.
Welch's grape is phenomenal. Their red grape is banging.
Welch's
Wait, what is that?
It's grape juice.
It's not real. It's not real.
It is real. It's 100% Concord grape juice, not from concentrate.
100%.
Dude, you just gotta read the ingredients. That shit is phenomenal.
Have you ever made 100% grape juice? It doesn't taste anything like that crap.
I mean, you gotta put sugar in it to make it taste good.
That's not 100% grape juice.
Sure, they're saying there's not like other flavors in it. It's grape juice and sugar. That's fine.
Sugar is a flavor.
Xavier Gully, you wouldn't understand. I don't understand.
No, so Welch is actually like they crush. Their grape jelly's phenomenal. Their grape juice is spectacular. Spidey, the only problem with Welch's grape juice is like you can drink a half gallon of it or whatever size, like a liter of it. I don't know what size it comes in Canada, but it's like 900 calories of juice. Like, dude, like an 8-ounce glass is like 270 calories. One small glass of it.
That's crazy. That shit'll sneak up on you. Now I understand a lot of things about Xavier Spade.
Oh, that's so mean.
No, it just makes sense because like every time I hang out with Spade, like I've never seen him as very gluttonous, but now that I know he loves the Welch's grape juice, I could see how that's what's catching up with him.
It comes in a box, you said.
In a box.
In a box like chicken broth.
Can you imagine Spade with his box of Welch's juice, like just beasting it, like nah.
Dude, the best part about it, I think those are like kids' juice boxes.
Gross.
Not the one he's talking about. Chicken broth.
I mean, I don't know what kind of chicken broth he's drinking either, though. So,
Dude, all chicken broth comes in boxes. What are you talking
You know
about?
what's crazy about what the packaging in the States is when you go to Walmart in the States in the cereal aisle, they have these giant bags that look like horse food of cereal. You know
we were
what I'm
talking about that earlier.
Yeah,
You
we
missed
were
the
talking
part where we were
about it
talking about smuggling cereal into Australia to make millions.
Have you seen those bags?
Of course we
Yes.
have.
Yeah.
Who made that much Lucky Charms?
Here's always
They're
been
not
my
called
justification on it.
Lucky Charms.
Yeah.
That's the thing. They're called
It's called leprechaun treats or something like that. But like,
it's never the right brand.
it's the knockoff one. I always just assume that's for like if you have a family with like 8 kids, like maybe you save a little bit of money. But like, I don't think one individual person is buying a 42-pound bag of cereal.
I think one individual does, and it's the cat lady that we all know.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Cereal, come get your cereal.
Oh my god.
Spidey's never been to the Bronx with the poor families with 20 kids.
Exactly.
But like when I'm going to the Walmart in Miami, why do they have that? Do the Bronx people shop in Miami?
Sergeant Crunch. I do love the creativity of the knockoff names. Like
honeybees.
Yeah. Fruit rings, all those good ones.
Fruity O's.
Yeah, Fruity
Count chocolate.
Oh man, no. It's always like Duke chocolate.
It goes because you're in Walmart. Yeah, Walmart's a weird place.
I don't go in Walmart.
Yeah.
You don't? Tyler, Tyler, do you live in Cali?
No, I'm in New Jersey. I'm probably only like an hour from Spade.
Cheerios.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
And Steve, you live in Cali?
I'm in Cali, yeah.
Sick.
Yep.
Jersey.
I'm so far away. I need to fly back.
Yeah, you need to come hang out.
100%.
What about daytime where Gali's at?
I know. It's like daytime and like beautiful out. How's the snow up by you, Spidey?
Pretty brutal. It's really cold today.
Yeah.
Man.
To be fair, the first time I like came, because like honestly, I didn't see like snowfall until like 2 years ago, and so when I came to like Canada for the first time, I was like so excited to like shovel snow and like I just thought that was like so fun. And I was actually, oh my God, I was at a place with Xavier once in New York, and the place had to shovel the snow at the end of the night, and I actually did it for them because I was like, I don't care.
I mean, I guess it's like little kids who want to be like, oh, I want to cut the grass, but like, like it's a good workout shoveling the snow. Ultimately, like I think right now during COVID, everyone should be out shoveling their snow just because we're not exercising, so might as well. But yeah, oh man, I love it.
Somebody above asked. I'm trying to find it because I'm going through all the. Wait, so can Spidey really ride a unicycle blindfolded? So that. No, it's a one wheel. So ECAT once she brought her one wheel, and I tried it, and it wasn't good.
Hold on, wait. I tried it first, right? And it wasn't a complete fail, but it wasn't great. But Spidey was just trash talking me the entire time I was on this thing, and I was like, okay, Spidey, you have a go.
And I needed someone in front of me at all times for support. But then I did it, Gali, for a little bit. Like just for a little bit. I did one little thing.
Little bit.
That's not a little bit. That's a tiny bit.
I went like down the street and I did a 180 and I came back.
Okay, that's a little bit.
Yeah, it's a little bit. And then the blindfold thing is because Gali and I have a pet peeve because we've seen quite a few mentalism acts where the mentalist puts a blindfold on and then proceeds to do things that you would do if you didn't have a blindfold on, right? Like, oh, let me see this book over here. And like he's wearing a blindfold. Like, okay, so you're reading, like thank you for telegraphing methods. So obviously to lay people, you know what I mean? Like when you put a blindfold on in mentalism, one of the greatest tips, I don't know if anybody watching cares about mentalism, but when you put a blindfold on in mentalism and it's a gimmick blindfold, you close your eyes until you need that 1 second, because otherwise, if you've got a blindfold on and you're like looking at people while you talk to them, and then you're taking things and you're like, the rest of your body language suggests that you can see, you just look like an idiot. And Gali and I saw a very exaggerated case of that where a mentalist had someone write something down, put a blindfold on, had somebody write something down, and it says, okay, now hand me the pad on which they wrote. And it's like, why? Why would they do that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then they kind of hold on to the pad like this. And it's like, why are you doing that?
Yeah.
That's not doing it. Anyways, so it just became this big inside joke with me and Gali to where, like, if you really want to see something, put a blindfold on and you'll see it better. Just an inside joke. We have a lot of those.
Clearly.
That's what friends are all for, right?
Yeah.
Inside jokes. I mean, Steve and I have our own.
He's going to play it right now.
No,
Spade says I'm triggered. But like, I feel as passionate about, certain mentalism things as he does about card magic. And if he saw some crap magician on TV doing, really shitty sleight of hand where it's things that, Spade would be like, I know Spade. He has an easy gag reflex.
There you go.
You know what I mean? So that would be Spade. If he saw like really bad sleight of hand or somebody with a blindfold cutting a face-up deck to locate cards.
No,
it's
dude,
funny,
I
though,
totally
like,
understand. It makes total sense.
When Spidey and I like hang out, we always like Spidey always puts like each like I don't know. We have sometimes ECAS. Then we watch like each other's videos like on the TV, and it's so.
ECAT had this video on her channel.
Oh, dude, are you going to talk about the video we're talking about that we're thinking of?
Probably
She
not.
was comparing two reels.
Okay.
Oh no.
No.
She had this video where she was.
Oh, we're gonna hear it. Let's hear it.
She was doing this video where she's comparing two different reels, and I love ECAT so much. I'm a fan.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Yeah, she's amazing.
And if she was here, she'd be laughing with us. And I kind of wish she was because she had this video where she was comparing two reels. And if I was comparing two reels, I would say, this is one reel, this is another reel, this one's faster, but this one's stronger, end of video.
Yeah.
She went on for about an hour and a half about technical specs of these reels that nobody even knew what the hell she was talking about. And she's filming her backyard, and there's this random thing floating in a tree. We don't know what it is. There's zero context.
It was there for so long.
And there's this voiceover where she's talking about, I don't even know what. And then the thing that's floating off in the distance disappears. And ECAT is not only explaining it in the video, but she's trying to explain to us live as well in person.
Oh my God.
And we don't have a clue what she's talking about. Dude, it was just on another level. I got to find that video.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
send it to us.
So while you're looking for that video, also go watch her first live happy hour.
Okay.
Because towards the end, she has a camera catastrophe that makes the video honestly one of the best live like bloopers I've ever seen. It's so good. And like to the point that like Steve and I were like, oh, we got to go check this out. This is awesome. And we're watching it and like you will laugh your ass off. It is so good. We'll link to both of those down below.
It
was so good. Let's get a lot of views on those two videos.
Yeah, oh my God, yeah. So good. But while we're at it, does anyone in the chat have any questions? I feel like there's a lot of just like Spade and C-Dub going back and forth.
Yeah, anybody have any questions for Gali?
Because we have a couple things we have to or Spidey. We have a couple. Spidey got his show already. He's always more than welcome back on, obviously.
Yeah,
and
he'll be back on, I'm sure.
Yeah. Especially for the 24-hour at 3 a.m. again. We're going to have a good time. But
you can always count on Spidey to be up like super late and wake up like super late in the afternoon.
Yeah, I remember when I was booking the show, the 24-hour show, he's like, yeah, can you put me on like as late as possible? Like between 1 and 3 a.m.? I'm like, yeah. Nobody else wants to do that freaking time.
Spade and me, baby.
Exactly.
I don't know where the hell this freaking video is of hers. She probably took it down.
Equivocate says, are you performing in Australia at the moment?
I'm not at the moment, but I've got like a couple venues that probably like within the next month I will be. But yeah, not at the moment. It's just starting to kind of get reintroduced.
Yeah. C-Dub wants to know, are you a Jay Sankey fan? Because he knows that Spidey is, and he is as well.
Okay,
Yeah,
it's here.
Okay, I'll get back to the question.
No, we gotta.
Oh my God.
Scorpion yesterday outside.
Well, listen, you got to listen to what she's saying. You got to listen to what she's saying. Well, there's this random thing stuck to her window, and I don't know what it is.
10 feet away and new threat. So if you see that thing go up, yeah, it went up at 10 feet. I don't know if you heard that sound, but that sound doesn't sound really good.
Hold on, where's the one with the tree?
What? Oh my God.
With the tree is good.
She got them out in the field.
There is no action at all. So neither remote works at 50 feet. So the weaker the battery, I mean, that's.
She's just doing these ridiculous tests.
I love how thorough that is, but also like.
Oh, no, this is the one. This is the one in the tree. Look at this. Look at this.
Halfway.
Okay.
This thing dangling in her tree.
Like Vector thread is not working because the motor is just.
Oh, so good.
So now I'm at 30 feet away, and if you see that little thing dangling go up, it works, but it doesn't go up. So it does not work at 30 feet away like Scorpion would. So
Oh
the
my
range is.
God.
So now I'm at 20 feet, 20 feet away. 20 feet worked, and again the thread went inside the device.
Oh my God. That's-
Why is it dangling from a tree?
I know, like, I feel like there could have been a better way to do that. And like, how did she even get it in the tree?
I have no clue. So she's like,
That's so funny.
we're watching this video, and it's like this thing stuck to her window, and it's dangling in the tree, and we're like, "Ecat, what is this?" How many years does she have on that?
It was amazing.
Oh my God. We'll
Okay.
definitely send you guys the link to the the live one with her.
Okay.
Yeah, I
So
gotta
Jay
say it.
Sankey.
Jay Sankey, yeah. He actually reached out to me like really recently and like was super supportive. Yeah. Super,
Awesome.
Like so nice to me for sure.
Yeah, he's a really cool dude.
Yeah.
Nice.
Hopefully one day we'll have him on the show.
Look,
Yeah.
look at Fiddle and Johnny. He goes, "What are we looking at? What is in the tree?" Exactly. I don't know. We never knew.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
okay.
never found out. Xavier said he's got a question. He's talking about Tim Tams. Do you guys know what Tim Tams are?
Tim Tams?
Now, what are flavored Tam Tam or Yam Yams?
They're basically wafer cookies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're like Australian like biscuits that like cookies, whatever you call them.
They're pretty much wafer
Either works. Are they good though?
You know when
Yeah,
you went to
they're
the PTA meetings with your parents and there was like a little coffee station with wafer cookies for the parents?
No.
It's those wafer cookies.
What kind of meeting with your parents?
PTA, like when you went to the
Okay.
school.
I didn't hear you. I thought you said VA meetings. I'm like, who the hell goes to VA meetings with their
No.
parents? I'm like, what?
When your parents have to meet your teachers and and they have like a little coffee station with little those wafer cookies with a layer of chocolate in the middle.
Those are delicious.
It's those. Tim Tams are pretty much those.
All right.
I'll bring you guys some when we like hang out at a convention. I usually like bring them to the US because you can't get them there and
Nice.
people like them. They're good.
We're definitely down for it. So, I mean, there's food involved. You know, we're down for it. So, on that note, I'm not seeing any other questions come in, guys. If you have some more questions, let us know.
I have some lightning round questions for Gali.
All right, go for it, Spidey.
Sarah,
I love you, man.
Gali Novak.
yes.
I have some questions on these cards.
All right, let's hear it.
You know what? Put on a blindfold first.
Oh yeah, sorry. Let me do this so I could read the questions better.
Okay.
Gali
It looks
Novak.
like the dog's reading it.
It's a cat. It's a cat on a tortoise.
Oh, okay. It
With
looks
like-
it looks like a Dumb and Dumber thing.
No, it's a cat on a tortoise. Look, it's Taxi.
Nice.
See, look.
That is too cool.
Nice.
Okay, here's your first question. Okay. Would you prefer cannolis or Pillsbury croissant?
Oh, cannolis.
Lightning round. Next question, Gali. What is your favorite flavor of ice cream?
Bubblegum.
Nice.
All right.
Gali, are thoughts transferable? Yes or no? It's a yes or no question.
Yeah, 100%. Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
That's all my lightning round questions.
One
Right.
more.
I love them all.
One more?
One more. Tyler, this one's for you.
Yeah.
What?
Citrus.
You gotta do this one too.
Are basements better than Stewart sodas?
Ooh.
Wow. That's like huge question. I'm going to say yes.
Basements are better?
Yeah. Basements is where it's at.
Incorrect.
Yeah.
Okay.
Correct. Okay.
But that's 'cause you like you're used to it, you know?
So
You guys have
Look
such
what
a cool
Spade
basement.
wrote. Look what Spade wrote.
our thoughts transferable. Thoughts, not thoughts, Spade.
Yeah,
Thoughts,
come on.
not thoughts.
Things in your head.
What's that one? What, Gali?
I mean, thoughts may be transferable too. I don't know.
What?
Thoughts are in fact
I
transferable.
want to see Spidey's turtle.
Oh my god.
The Michelangelo?
Yeah.
Getting big. Getting really big.
So we did have another question that came into it. Said, are you filming anything for YouTube at the moment? So I know we did talk a little bit earlier about you getting ready to do some reviews and stuff, but anything else out there?
Yeah, I am. I'm currently editing a vlog, so that should be up soon, hopefully.
Michelangelo, he is so cute.
That's so
He's
cute.
getting big, eh?
And
He's a little
tiny. Yeah,
baby.
he's still pretty tiny though.
On the vlog, he's still pretty small, but like he used to fit like into just the palm of my fingers,
Yeah.
like right here.
I love his patterning too.
Yeah.
So cute.
It's so he's so good looking. Yeah,
That's cool.
and
Can't
he's
wait
just.
for my Sony. Spade, I can't wait for my Sony. It's coming.
Nice.
It's so cute. But yeah, filming some stuff. Should be out soon. I'm trying, as I said, I'm trying to like film like a few so I can just like upload them and
Yeah.
not like film as I go, because otherwise I just get like stressed because it's
Yeah.
like a lot of work.
Yeah, for sure.
Nice.
So yeah, once I start uploading, there should be like some to follow because I'm trying to get a bunch ready.
Nice.
Very cool.
Well, we
Very
look forward
cool.
to seeing what you put up.
Yeah, no, we're definitely excited for it. And for anyone who hasn't already, you definitely need to go follow Gali's channel, and we will link to that down below in the description.
I appreciate it.
Dude, before we forget,
There are several things we have to do here. Yes, as a post show things. So one of them is we actually.
take off.
All right,
Okay.
Spidey,
Cool.
you know
Yeah,
where to
we'll-
find us.
We'll do Gali, we should do a like a virtual Jackbox with Tyler and Steve at some point.
Yes.
We're always
You guys do
down.
Jackbox?
Now, but hit us up. Yeah, we'll make it happen.
Steve, you know what that is?
Jack in the Box? Yeah, it's food. No, I'm just kidding.
No, Jackbox. It's like these games that like you're seeing on a screen, but everyone's playing on their phone. So like it could be, there's all kinds of stuff where like you put in silly answers and you go toe to toe against someone else, or
cool.
there's like guessing games, there's trivia. It's all kinds of like interactive, like
They're funny though. They're really fun.
I'm down.
Nice.
We're down.
Good. We definitely have to make that happen.
Yeah, Spade says he's got all the Jackbox games. Spade, let's do it, man. We could stream it anywhere. If any of your followers you think want to see us playing Jackbox games, I'll host, no problem. We could do it all over StreamYard, and they could totally like we could stream it or not, or we could just do it for us to have fun. I'm down anytime.
Yeah, we're down either way, man.
Yeah, you guys are gonna love it.
Dude, you know where to find us, Spidey.
Spidey, we love you. Thank you.
Yeah, we love you, man.
Spidey.
Thanks for coming in.
Bye.
Have fun in the basement.
Stay warm, man.
Spade, your weekly quota of nudes is lacking.
Steve and I may have been cutting into that. Sorry.
I
Yeah,
always
sorry.
tell Spidey.
We apologize.
What
I
happened?
always
What?
tell Spidey that you're my favorite grandma. It's true.
Motorola Razor.
Oh my god, I love it. Spidey, thank you so much for popping in, man. We always love the
course.
surprise
It's
for you.
Gali, nice seeing you.
Enjoy your night,
Likewise.
man.
Peace, Spidey.
So fun.
We love Spidey so much. He's such a good dude,
Spidey's
and I'm
so good.
and I'm glad we were able to keep the secret up until he came on, because I was sitting there and I was like,
so
oh man, like I was like, how do we make this not sound creepy to be like, hey, we have a surprise guest, but we can't tell you who it is, and you know him, but it's whatever. So I'm glad that works out.
Spidey's so good.
And so now that we're coming towards the end of the stream here, we do have a couple housekeeping things that we have to do. So for anyone who's aware, we had a giveaway going on our roulette playing cards deck review. We're actually going to announce the winner for that right now. So Steve, yeah, there you go. So the winner of this giveaway is going to win actually the roulette playing cards and a collusion ring, both from Mechanic Industries. It's a medium-sized ring, so hopefully it fits you. If not, it's free, so best of luck. But that being said, congratulations to our winner, Halam Casey.
Yay!
Congrats, Halam.
He actually
reach out to us.
Nice. I don't gamble, but I like to play poker and blackjack with friends.
It was funny because it was funny. Our question for it obviously was, what was your favorite casino game? And a ton of people were like, I've never been to a casino, but blackjack looks fun. And I'm like, safe answer, go for it. Like, yeah. But no, Halam, congratulations. DM us on Instagram. We will get your address and we'll send that out to you. I know, Steve, but still make sure you reach out. And
I'm gonna hit him up right now.
What do we have next? We have a quick word from our sponsor here, and make sure to stick around so you guys can find out who the next guest is next week, and we'll go through the rules of that little giveaway as well. So I also don't know what I'm going to do for a clue for that. So this quick ad reel will help me think of a clue real quick.
Don't make it too easy.
Quick word from our sponsor here.
Join us as we celebrate the marvelous and fascinating things that surround us, all in the palm of your hands. You will be mesmerized. Follow us on Instagram at Marvelous Decks and at marvelousdecks.com.
You will be mesmerized.
That was actually really good, Steve. I think you have a career in voiceover acting.
That was very good.
Take a look. It'll shimmer.
I feel like you just need to soundbite the shimmer and just like use it randomly in things for life. Like in life, that should be your ringtone from now on. So I'm trying to think of how we're going to do this clue here, but obviously, you know, we've been trying this out for a couple weeks here, and what's going to happen is you're going to have 30 seconds once we put up the silhouette and, you know, to guess who next week's guest is. So I'll give a clue and then you'll have 30 seconds to guess. So drop any answers in the chat. Any guess is a good guess. If anyone gets it right, you will win.
Are they going to win? A magic. Let's give them a magic trick because we have a magician on. What do you want to give? Let me see.
You'll win a random magic trick. So that way Steve doesn't have to dig through what we got there. Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. Yeah, actually, what we can do is you'll win a random magic trick of your choosing from whatever we have available there. So
we have
if you
a bunch
win,
available, you get to choose.
Yeah, so if someone wins, we'll have you reach out to us and we can let you know what your options are, and you can pick the magic trick of your choice. Man, I don't know though. This is like a hard one because like I feel like I got a lot of clues that I could give, but they're almost too easy. Even though honestly, last week
I should do a shampoo commercial. Okay,
Gali, last week for your clue, it was literally like she's a magician from Australia and no one got it. And I'm like, come on now. Like, I think someone got it like 8 seconds after we said it. And I was like, close enough. But let's see.
How's this one?
No, I think that's too easy.
All right, how about this one?
I know Steve just wants to get rid of something. Like that's what it is. Steve's been pestering me for weeks. He's like, dude, I need more space. Let me get rid of some of this stuff.
All right, how about this?
Spidey Cranshaw.
This one's perfect.
That's good.
That is a good one. I like it. So
yeah, that's good.
The clue for next week's guest is this guy is a no one. That being said, you guys now have 30 seconds. Drop any guesses you have in the chat. Good luck.
This one is a bomb hint.
It really is. I'm hoping someone gets it. Fiddle and Johnny, send it my way. That is not a guess, but good try. People, drop names. There are no wrong guesses here. It's really just drop the names in the chat. Let us know what you think. If you get it, you'll get your choice of a magic trick. Otherwise, we're still going to have to figure out how to make this even more risky.
Is Tyler the guest?
Oh, my God. I am not the guest.
Hey!
There you go, everybody. Next week's guest is going to be the man himself who blows up our chat and we love very much, Mr. Xavier Spade.
Yay!
Someone also guessed Penn, and I promise you, if Penn's going to be on, we will have an amazing, much better silhouette than that. But guys, we are so pumped to have X on next week. Obviously, he's always in the chat, but we love to have him on.
He has his own show. He has his own show.
I mean, he does have his own show. Finally, yeah, he came on for the 24 hours, so this is the first time. There you go. That's me. I can also hear your voice. I just sounded a little bit like Mario there, so I apologize. But I can hear your voice in my head saying it, and I love it.
He's like, that's me.
Yeah, I'm putting it out there, Spade. You better come hard with some really great visual transitions and zoom effects, because you've always shown us some fun ones when you've been on, and we're excited for it. But I want to say, Gali, thanks so much for coming on. We really had a great time chatting with you tonight.
Thank you, guys. It was so much fun.
It's been a blast. And yeah, we really are excited to see where this year takes you. Hopefully you can get out performing in person again. I still want to know how that little coat tag gimmick is going to turn out. I really want to. I'm excited. I really, like I said, I think there's going to be some great reactions for that. So you'll have to keep us in the loop there. Hopefully you'll do a little
100%.
vlog episode on that and put it up. But and when you get to the States, we'll all have to get together.
100%. Yeah, well, we'll keep in touch. Thank you so much for having me on. It's been such a pleasure. This 2 hours flew by.
For the after party.
Dude, it really, stick around after, yeah. And yeah, honestly, like we said, the time goes quick. So we really do appreciate you coming on. And also we appreciate everyone who came out tonight to watch the show and keep the chat going there. CW, you're always a appreciated one there. Dawn, everyone who came out. Steve's mom, even though she's not on anymore. Thank you, Janice, for coming on, because, we absolutely love you. Everyone who made it out, thank you so much. Also, guys, make sure to tune in this Saturday for a live unboxing. We also are having another live on Sunday with Ben Train to talk about his online magic convention that's coming up in a couple weeks. We are going to be going live pretty much all weekend here. So guys, make sure to tune in, keep an eye on the Instagram, hit the like button, and make sure to subscribe to the channel.
Peace!